Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, everyone, to the fourth episode of the podcast. And today we have yet again Flet's Movies and Pop Culture 13 joining us again today for this great episode talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's collaboration with Dead by Daylight that came out about like a month ago or so on the 17th. Now
Yeah,
that we have like a month of experience with him, a little bit of time to play around with his abilities, get to know him, make off some cool perk builds. Now we have like our complete thoughts on it, and we're just gonna talk about that and also talk about maybe some other chapters that we would like to come into DBD, what could happen after The Walking Dead, more potential with the FNAF update, and overall just our thoughts on it. So thank you for joining us today, and how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me back. I'm doing well. I'm definitely excited to discuss DBD with you, and especially the new Five Nights at Freddy's and what they got coming up after this. That's 3 weeks,
Yeah.
so it's definitely an exciting time for DBD, and I actually enjoyed the chapter so far.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to do after The Walking Dead because the public test build for it on PC came out about a week ago or so. People are happy about it. People are excited. A little bit disappointed with what they did for the Walking Dead map, but they absolutely went out for the FNAF one. The styles are great. Matthew Lillard coming back to reprise his role in a video game for the Yellow Rabbit, which was crazy. And now we're going to be getting more styles hopefully soon. Apparently, we're getting Fire Springtrap. Possibly, maybe some other chapters coming along the way. I'd love to see maybe Security Breach with Vanny as the killer and maybe Vanessa as the survivor. I think that would work really well with the Pizzaplex as the map. Or maybe it could be like Gregory, and then the killer is Moon, and it's the map is like the daycare, which I think would actually be pretty freaky. I mean, there is generators on that thing. You have to turn on 5
Oh
generators
yeah,
for the game to stop, so it kind of makes sense.
yeah. It fits very well. I think the best part of the Five Nights at Freddy's map is the pizzeria. It looks amazing. Um, I think they could have did a little bit better from outside because it kind of reminds me of another map, with the feeder. That's
Yeah,
the,
I
that's the
think
part.
it's on the same one. Yeah.
I just wish they just added more detail and made it look cool outside. But the building itself looks amazing, and I always
Oh
thought it was
man.
cool when you do the gen. It sets off the animatronics. So
Yeah, it's so good.
yeah,
And then we have like the pit in the arcade room, or it could be the basement or the pit, which I thought is crazy, adding a little bit of Easter eggs in there. And then there's backstage with like all the animatronics, and um like the vent up top, and then if you walk by it, the endoskeleton will like pop out from there and jump scare you, which I think is really cool.
yeah, and I also think since you break Springtrap is the first killer, what's cool about that he can use doors and go
Yeah.
so you can get to the generators, and you can also use it as a camera to see where he is. So,
Yeah, the cameras are actually pretty useful once you can actually get like that reveal off of him, and then everyone on the map knows where he is. So it can be really good for like getting your generators done, helping out with healing a survivor, getting a survivor off the hook. Just knowing where the killer is with the cameras is such a great and unique factor that Dead by Daylight hasn't done yet, especially with security cameras. I
it's
mean,
it's
you
about
can go.
time. It's about time, I think, because when the Saw map came out, there was there's this area with the computer rooms. I wish they
Yeah.
did something more with that so you can actually watch on camera from there. But they finally did it with Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think it's a cool aspect. And Springtrap, yes, he has a throw like the Huntress, but he throws it differently. And I think he has the best Mori of the game so far.
Oh man. For that, it for me, my top three would have to be either Unknown, Springtrap, or
Yeah.
Kaneki. I love Kaneki's one.
Oh yeah,
It's
those are good
brutal.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. Unknowns was just absolutely terrifying, and then Springtraps. I did not know what to expect from him because I was thinking maybe he grabs the survivor, stuffs them into an animatronic, and then all the spring locks go off. But no, we ended up getting him stabbing them, and then he puts them on this saw-like animatronic, kind of similar to the movie in a way, with Mike getting trapped in that chair, and then he has like a certain amount of time to break out of the chair before
For
this
sure.
Freddy mask comes and just kills him.
I
So
also
it,
like. Oh,
yeah, it's a
sorry.
little bit
I
like
just
that. Oh, all
yeah.
good.
I was just gonna say. They really honored this chapter very, very well. It's one of the better licenses they have done.
Yeah,
And I think what's cool when he throws the axe at you, you can actually get jump scared if he catches up to you.
yeah, that's a cool thing. Oh, I love the
And
security doors too. Like the jump scare for that one.
right. And I think the icing on the cake though was getting Yellow Rabbit from the actual movie. And it's Matthew Lillard playing, and they actually got Matthew Lillard come back to voice him and do the likeness and actually do voice lines, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was hoping maybe they would have added an ability where you can toggle the mask on and off for the Yellow Rabbit. They didn't end up doing that, which is fine. But I know a lot of people were very mad about that. I'm not really that mad about it because we get to see Matthew Lillard's likeness in the game.
And
And it's
voice,
not just like, yeah, it's not just Springtrap wearing a mask. It's actually Matthew Lillard's face onto it. And people don't understand that it's recreating the ending of the movie, specifically not when he gets put into the backstage room, but when the ending's happening and he gets spring locked and stuff. A lot of people don't really understand that that's what the costume is based off of. So it's not really
yeah,
supposed to be like uh his helmet being on him and stuff. And they also wanted to just show him because, like, if they did put his mask on, they would have to, like, add a little bit of a voice changer for Matthew Lillard's voice to make him sound more
yeah.
animatronic like.
And
Yeah.
I think this was the best way to do it. I remember the reveal, especially my buddy Riley from Slash and Cast. Um, him and Nick's reaction was pretty cool to when they revealed we got a special, skin killer from the movie, and then when they revealed it was Matthew, the reaction was cool. So
Yeah, it was so
my
good.
reaction was awesome too. I'm like, wow, actually did that. So
Yeah. And I never really respond to chat, but Eli, what is up? Hope you are having a great day and thank you for hopping on.
yeah,
Never
welcome to
played or
chat.
seen FNAF. Ooh. I'd recommend it. I know a lot of people say it's like a kid's game, but I mean it kinda could be, Security Breach especially. But once you actually like get to know the lore and stuff, that thing is nowhere near to being a kid's game.
Especially the newest
Ouch.
one.
Yeah. And then we
Um,
have the game as well, Into the Pit. The kid like gets trapped in the pit and then he gets into this other dimension. I haven't
right.
actually played the game. I want to, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens in the game. And then Springtrap tries to go and kill him. It's pretty crazy what that man does. He's a lot more sick than most of the most
Yeah,
famous killers in horror history. He's a lot more sick than that.
right.
Like if you
Um,
thought Art the Clown was bad for Terrifier 3, go and look at the FNAF lore and see what Springtrap does to his own children.
oh yeah. So I guarantee you, Terrifier kind of took the inspiration a little
Yeah,
bit.
I could definitely see that. Especially with how sick or yeah, I feel like with Terrifier 3 they definitely took inspiration from that because I was about to say maybe not because Art the Clown was created in 2008, but you're like referencing Terrifier 3 because he started killing children in Terrifier 3, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think David Leone was he started in 2008, but then he seen other things. Oh, I could really make art really sick if I take stuff from this stuff.
Yeah. Like Art, he kills everything. He doesn't care. Animal. Actually, no, he hasn't killed an animal yet.
David Howard
But
Thornton said,
no, wait, never mind. He has.
"Yes, yeah, with the possum and
Yeah.
the rat, technically."
Oh, that was so disgusting.
Actually, the possum was already dead. It's the rat that he froze.
Yeah, and then he like smashes them on his counter while he's like creating his
Yeah, but
nitrogen geoxide
there's certain
can.
things David Howard Thornton said the art decline would never do. So I can't remember what those were. So
Yeah, I feel like I know killing in public is not necessarily one of his things. Like, yeah, he did kill in public, but he didn't like kill them in public.
No, he just gave
Something
them
he
a
like
gift.
set up. Yeah. But there's so much stuff you could do with like Springtrap and Art the Clown. They're both related in different ways. And that's another thing. Art the Clown maybe being brought into Dead by Daylight, especially with how big of an icon that man is now. Like, first off, he was just this indie horror character that people found off Netflix. Then got over 200,000 funds for the second film, blew up, got over 15 million. Then they used those funds, made Terrifier 3, which ended up getting
So
90.5 million. So now he's like the biggest horror icon since
it, yeah,
Ghostface.
100%. And what I think when David took over the role, that's where art got taken to the next level. I think when he took it over from Mike, I think what David he took him to the next level. And now, if you like the films or not, everybody still knows who Art the Clown is, what Terrifier is. So
Yeah, exactly. Like going back to what you said, like with him replacing Mike, a lot of people see as Mike just playing as Art the Clown. Most people
yeah,
see David as a clown, and he kind of is. I mean, he does like voice impressions for the Joker and stuff. He played a Joker in a short film that he did
yeah,
not that long ago. So yeah, I definitely say
and
David
even
Howard Thornton
Screamboat
perfectly fits it.
of
Yeah,
all.
and Screamboat as well. And then he does the Grinch.
The mean one, yeah,
Oh man, and then he does Stream as well, which was great.
yeah,
He's just
Scream.
like he's what everyone wants if they're ever trying to make a horror film. Oh yeah, man, we need like a thing. We're gonna make a new thing. Oh wait, there's David Howard Thornton. Let's pay him. Let's bring him into this, and then we can film a film of the remake for The Thing by John Carpenter. Oh man, he does such a great job. This movie blew up. No way, there's another film. Let's bring David into that one.
Yeah,
He's just like the perfect choice for everything.
and I think I know. I think one of my favorite, couple of his favorite moments is when he's bugging Sleana in the Halloween shop, and he's honking the
Oh
horn, and he's
my
slowly walking
god.
toward, and he's slowly walking towards her. Another one when he gets excited, it's in 3 when he gets excited for Santa Claus.
And then he's such a chill guy. Yeah, he's like this sick
Bumps.
psycho, but if you're
Yeah,
like good enough to him, then he won't really hurt you that badly. Like Santa Claus, he didn't actually plan on killing him, but then they just pissed him off, and
well,
then he killed them.
he did pee on Santa, so you expect Santa not to spawn like that, and of course, the rich get
Yeah,
taken out after that.
that happens as well. Ooh, Eli is saying, do y'all think Art is considered an official horror icon? I think he's earned his
After
spot.
3, he definitely has.
Yeah, after 3, I would think he is a horror icon. A lot of people are saying he's up there with like Ghostface and Michael and Freddy.
And
I don't
now,
think he's up there, but I think he's
no,
close.
he's getting close. What I think you have to see what 4 does, then whatever else, and then at that point, he should be
And
up
then maybe we get spin-off films after, maybe for the Pale Girl, which
there.
I
As
think we need.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think since they did, I'm excited for Arcade the game, but I think Terrifier deserves a full ASIM type game.
Yeah, like I mean, I think they should. I'm also worried about that because I love the Texas game. I love the Friday the 13th game, but it's sad what's happening to the games.
Well, I
And
think
it's like
I say this to any publisher or developer. I just think Friday had the chance to compete with Dead by Daylight, in which it what was, but the lawsuit that could have just that would have stopped no matter who was working on it. I just
yeah,
think these people
like
need to come up with the right ideas for the ASMs, give it longevity, quit giving it up on things. If not, make your own original game, and that way you don't have to worry about licenses. But if you're gonna make a licensed game, find ways to keep those going because there was no need to stop TCM. But I just think people could need to quit giving up on these games because I want the ASM genre to succeed. Yes,
Yeah,
we both love Dead by Daylight, but I like to see some competition in it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that way,
exactly.
it makes every game can do better, and then and then you have and you have variety. So there's so
Yeah,
much more you can do with this genre.
yeah, both of Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw were unique and new for different reasons, but they couldn't compete with Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
Especially Friday the 13th. Like, Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight came out around the same time.
and Friday would have completed it with it because DBD at the time wasn't great on the consoles, so it took
Yeah.
Behavior a long time to finally get where DBD is. So I think if Friday would have didn't have the lawsuit, you could have just had two awesome games going head to head with each other.
Yeah, and especially after I feel like one of the reasons the Friday the 13th game died and Dead by Daylight blew up is because so many people were freaking out when Michael Myers got brought into Dead by Daylight, and people were like, "Oh, this is great. There's definitely going to be some potential in this horror indie game." And now here we are, almost 10 years later, it's blown up, and we have Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, an anime of all things, mixed with Ghostface, the Pig, Dungeons and Dragons, Five
Now,
Nights at Freddy's,
now Walking Dead, and you
Walking
brought in
Dead as
Rick,
well,
and you brought in
with
Norman
Michonne.
Reedus as why am I blanking out his name? As
Uh,
not Rick, Norman
uh,
Reedus' character. I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Daryl?
Daryl, yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool.
Daryl is
Daryl,
the
yeah,
legendary skin. Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people be buying that skin too because he,
Well, I
he's.
know my dad was like, "Ooh, I think I might have to do it." Daryl, oh, I think I might have to
I
do
don't
it.
buy special characters that often, but when you bring in Matthew Lillard and and Daryl, I'm like, oh, now
Yeah.
you want me to buy these.
Like for the FNAF one, the only one I don't have is Clown Springtrap. I mean, it's a cool idea going based off of AR, but if you compare it to Toxic Springtrap, Glitch Trap, and Matthew Lillard, you can't compare those. Toxic Springtrap is like absolutely wildly amazing and stunning and beautiful. Just the way he looks, he's so purple, he's so shiny and bright. He looks amazing, and I don't
Yeah,
know how they managed to pull that off. Clown Springtrap, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Clown Springtrap. Cool
I'm not,
idea, cool concept. Feel like they could have portrayed it a little bit better.
I agree. I agree with you. I think the
Yeah.
best out of that is still Yellow Rabbit for me. Like,
Mm.
but then the other Springtrap look is pretty cool too.
Yeah, mine might have to be Glitch Trap mainly because of his Mori animation and his grab animation where he doesn't just scream at you, he shushes you and then he like picks you up or Moris you. And then also in the in-game lobby he like disappears and jump scares you and then he teleports back to where he was standing. I love what they did with
Because
the
he
menu
glitches.
animations on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's one of the better ones they ever done.
Yeah, there is so much potential in the Springtrap chapter,
Now
and
I
they just went all the way out for it.
now I think DBD needs to, find ways to keep the gameplay, fresh because we all have
Yeah,
fun doing the gens. But and then that's why I love 2 versus 8 when it was coming out. That's something fresh and new because you got two killers and it makes gameplay differently. I just think come with new, fresh modes and make it permanently, not limited. And that way you can keep DBD still fresh because it's still
yeah, that
awesome.
that was another thing that makes me sad that it's not permanent. But they do
Yeah.
have like other game modes coming around time to
Yeah.
time to replace the old game mode. Like we had 2v8 in May, and
I
then we
think
have Twisted Masquerade with all these cool special abilities that you can
right.
have.
And I think Behavior needs to do like another game too besides Dead by Daylight because I think Behavior can do some more amazing stuff with a different type of game.
Yeah, because I don't think casting of Frank Stone didn't really do that good from what I remember.
I still think Supermassive Games' best game is Until Dawn.
Absolutely. There's just no competition in there for me. I love it.
Quarry was great. I enjoyed it, but it's still Until Dawn, still the high one still.
I know. Hey, that's another thing that could be brought into Dead by Daylight. You have Mike as a survivor, and then you have Josh as a special style, and then you have Sam as a survivor, and then maybe Emily as a special skin, and then you could have the Wendigo as the killer, with Hannah's Wendigo as a style where her arm has the butterfly one on it. And then you have maybe a special style as well for Sam where you get Clover from the movie, which I think would be cool. I love her character,
Yeah, that would
but
be
yeah.
cool. The Wendigo, you can imagine it crawling on the walls for once in this, like,
Oh,
or fly.
yeah, and then
They're just walking.
oh, that would be so cool. And maybe there's a special ability where
You
if
can fly when you
he's
walk.
oh, this would be a cool idea. If you're in the killer's terror radius, you'll get this don't move thing on the bottom of your screen, so you're not supposed to move your controller or keyboard or mouse at all.
And you
And
have to
if
switch
you
up,
move, you get exposed for a few seconds, which I
and
think
that
would be a
way,
cool addition.
that'd be a cool way to honor Until Dawn, because you have those moments where you have to stay still, or otherwise when people get killed.
Yeah, that would
Be
be
fun.
so cool. And then you have the map, which would probably be like the main lodge from the Washington Mountain, which I think would be cool.
Yeah, because the only snow map really you have is the heck is that map
I
called?
think it's I don't remember which chapter it was,
It's
but
the ski map. I just can't remember the name of it. It's that ski
I
type
think it
one.
was Ormond. Ormond, and then we have
Ormond.
the
Ormond. Yeah.
yeah, Ormond, and then we have the other map for it, which is like a facility kind of.
Right, but you can definitely make the Until Dawn's map really, really cool, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Especially you have going down in the woods.
Oh, it would be so cool having that. Yeah, the map. Yeah, the thing about Dead by Daylight, the maps are pretty small, but the fact they even managed to fit stuff into it is pretty impressive. FNAF map, it's small, but they managed to fit the entire pizzeria into that thing.
Yeah,
And
they
then we
really
have
took
the
their time
Myers
with it.
house as well.
And remember how when the Howie map first started, it looked totally different, Hannaffield, until they really changed it and
Oh,
made it and made it and then really fixed the Myers house too, made it look different. So
I miss the old
I do.
Myers.
I
It
miss the
was
old
so
map.
good.
They didn't need to change it, to be honestly.
Yeah, they didn't really need to change it. Although I can see why it was heavily survivor sided,
Yeah.
the original one, but either way, it was still a great map. And it
Oh
had the
yeah.
old DBD graphics on it. It looked amazing. But
That's
I mean,
I prefer the old Cohen Farms too. By the way, the way
yeah,
it
those
used to
ones are
look.
great. I prefer most of the old maps. I prefer the old movements. I prefer the old UI. I prefer everything old from DBD. The new
Yeah.
one, it still looks great, and yeah, it's definitely a lot better for information for the survivors, but it just doesn't have that same feeling as the old one. Loading in
Right.
your first time playing DBD, then you see the bottom of your corner, and then you can see if the survivors are injured or hooked. And then you have like the old movement where you're limping, and then you have like the old palettes, you have the old maps, the old
Oh yeah.
graphics, the old character profiles.
Yeah. You could brought in the HD maps, but you could still kept the old maps and people can still play them. If not, just leave them for custom still.
Yeah, I feel like for custom maps, they could bring back all of the old maps, but for actual like the game for the actual trials, you
Yeah.
can't play them for obvious reasons.
Yeah. But for chapters to come to DVD, I think I think since the new movie's coming out, I think having the fisherman from I Know You Did Last Summer would be
That
cool.
would be cool. I feel
With the
like they
hook,
would have to go old school with that with Helen.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And then the map could be the bay, which I think would be great. And then his ability could be like a fishing rod type of gun that he shoots, similar to Deathslinger, but he doesn't like
Yeah.
pull you towards.
No. We don't need another killer like that.
Yeah, Deathslinger is good as is.
Just
He's
make it Fishman his own. That way it's not the similar.
yeah. Although that's another thing that DBD isn't doing good at, keeping their game fresh with new abilities. Yeah, they're bringing in new chapters with new
Which
abilities,
is pretty cool, but it just needs
yeah, it's like it's not the same as what's happening right now. Like when DBD first came out, we had all these cool abilities. Huntress can throw an axe. That's a first.
Right.
Nurse can teleport
Blink.
through walls. And then we have Trapper who can place traps. And now we have literally Unknown and
The
Springtrap, which are
doctor
the
who
exact
zaps
same
you.
thing. Yeah,
The doctor that zaps you.
that's something that we're never going to be able to see ever again.
Or the hillbilly with a chainsaw before Leatherface
Yeah,
came.
I
Or
like
Bubba.
Bubba's more personally.
Yeah.
Like, Bubba's is easier to use, and you can also use it a lot more frequently. Like when you down a survivor with the chainsaw, you can keep going. Just like that one TikToker, I think his name is Epi. He has this build where he calls it Bubba goes where Bubba pleases, and then he downs a survivor, and then he gets killer instinct, so he knows where all of the other survivors are. So he'll use his chainsaw to go over and down all 4 survivors in the first like 2 minutes of the game.
Right. And that darn noise that he makes. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
He
after
swings
he gets
when
the chainsaw.
swinging at you.
Yeah. And
And even
then
Freddy got brought into the game, you know. Freddy was wasn't
yeah,
with sleep mode.
sadly, I feel like they should redo his chapter a little bit. They should
Yeah.
have Nancy as the survivor, maybe Quentin as a legendary skin, and then change Freddy to be Robert Englund's Freddy because
Yeah. Not the
oh
remake
Freddy.
one. I
Uh
just wish they could have did something amazing with remakes look for makeup wise, but they didn't. They just made him look plain.
I know. They
You
could
had
have done like the original. Like they could have had the NES Freddy as a selectable style, Wes Craven's Freddy
good
as a
crap.
style, and then you can have the Power Glove as his hand, which I think would be funny.
Yeah, you see
Um,
his hand flying around.
yeah, and then they could change his ability up a little bit because if you look at Freddy, he does so much stuff in the movies. Like he turns into a voodoo doll. He plays Mario with the survivor, or I forgot his name, but it was in Freddy's Dead. He plays Mario with them, and then he like tangles the survivors up in like the London Tower in the third one, and then he like stretches his arms out in the first one. Freddy does so much in the films, but he doesn't do anything in the game. No
No,
offense to Freddy.
it's just like when Ash came to the game. He's got no boomstick, no
Yeah.
no chainsaw. He's just running around screaming.
Yeah, they just gave him. I will admit, I do like Ash versus Evil Dead, but I wish we got the Army of Darkness style and the Evil Dead 2 style. But I mean, I will admit, I do love Ashy Slashy as a hand, and that's like one of the
Man puppet.
greatest things ever. I love it.
Yeah, I think another chapter would be cool is My Bloody Valentine because you remember having a
Mm,
mine type map in the
a
mines,
mine, yeah. And
and then
then, ooh, I don't know what his ability could be, but that would be a fun concept. I'd absolutely love playing as that.
you have to do the gens to escape the mines. It would fit there.
Yeah, ooh, that would be so cool having like the mines as a map. And then maybe when you power one of the generators, like the minecart thing will like turn on and then it starts moving away and it goes into like a black void or something. I feel like that would be cool, or it crashes into a wall. Just a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Which is one of your
Um
dream license, horror license that they haven't
Horror
talked about?
licenses. Terrifier is probably my number one.
Oh yeah,
Very bound to happen. It's it will happen. I know it. I mean,
it
look.
should happen if it
Yeah, it
doesn't.
should. I mean, look. Terrifier is going to Halloween Horror Nights this year. Who was expecting that? Terrifier and Universal partnering up?
And they
Who
got an
was
arcade
expecting that?
game, a
Yeah,
retro tech
the
game.
art game, that's another thing. And then we have I forgot what license it was. I don't think he had a license at all in a game. No, I don't think so. But that would be so cool, the Terrifier attraction as a map. And then you have Art the Clown with 3 styles.
Yeah.
He has the original style, and then for the Prestige 6 style, he has like the bloody style, and then he has the Santa Art the Clown one.
And
And then you
and
have
for
like changeable heads.
Oh yeah, and for the special characters should be um, Victoria, and then
Victoria as
and
a
then the and
killer.
then
That would be
and then the
great.
and the little girl too should be added in
Yeah,
there.
that would be cool. Or maybe, yeah, that could be like an ability, maybe of
Because
some sort.
you have Chucky in the game, so you can make a size of her walking around. So it's not like it can't be
Definitely.
done.
Oh, that's another wasted potential chapter. It like all we got was Chucky and
And the
Tiffany.
voice,
That's all we got. Yeah, and the
yeah,
voice. They could have done so much more, giving us maybe grown up Andy as a survivor, and then you have the mom from the first film as a legendary style, or as another survivor, and then you have the good guy factory as the map.
yeah. With all those Chuckies, you have to go through a
Yeah, that
maze.
would be so funny. Imagine having one of the Chucky boxes as a pallet, and then you just stun Chucky with his own box.
I think, yeah, there was so much more they could have done with Chucky. I think he deserves his own game at some point because
Yeah,
you
exactly.
could
There's
do a
so much
Chucky game
potential.
with that if you
I
do the right
mean,
idea, of course.
yeah, I mean, look at Chucky. He's a worldwide phenomenon. Everyone loves Chucky. He's his own TV series, which is like a first because most horror characters don't have a series. Yet
No,
he has 3 seasons of it, almost a fourth
should have been
season. But
fourth, should have been fourth, but whatever.
yeah, Scream. Although I don't really talk about the MTV series that much. Camp Crystal
No.
Lake's coming out.
Oh yeah. Hopefully Friday the 13th franchise can get back on
I,
track
I
with
think
this
it
Jason
will.
universe. It should. Jason universe. You're starting to cook now with the Savini NECA from Friday in the game. So
Oh wait, was that announced?
yeah, they're
Oh
gonna
god.
they said it's gonna be at the Weber Con. They're gonna be revealing the Savini Jason NECA.
Oh my god, that's gonna be the best thing ever. No, I'm so excited for that. I
Yeah.
would love to see Savini Jason, but I'm still waiting for part 8. I need that part 8 to go with my part 7.
Yeah. Why hasn't part 8 happened?
Yeah, Jason X 2 pack with like the old Jason, Uber Jason. I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um a few hours ago they announced the Halloween H2O NECA figure,
Which
which
looks
I was just
awesome.
like, odd? That's kind of odd, but it looks
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, going for each of the masks because there are multiple masks throughout the movie for some stupid reason.
I know, and then we have that crappy CGI
CGI.
mask.
I don't
Uh,
know what they were doing.
I like how they're. I'm pretty sure that's the mask they're including in the figure, which I think is kind of funny. Oh man, I love that mask because it's so stupid. It looks so bad.
Oh yeah.
That's why I love it. If you thought the Halloween 2 Rob Zombie ripped up mask was bad, go look at the H2O CGI
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I've seen that CGI map. Watched H2O so many times.
It's one of my
Crazy.
favorite Halloween films, yet the
Oh yeah.
masks just look terrible.
And I think in H2O her trauma makes more sense than 2018
Yeah, exactly.
because
Like,
um in 2018 why would you be worried about him when he's locked up? If he was still out there, was never captured, then you could be worried.
yeah, but he was out in H2O and she was like even more traumatized than she was in the movie. Like she was having like hallucinations of Michael, having dreams of
Yeah.
Michael every single Halloween, which is terrifying considering she lost all of her friends from that psycho. And then he comes back to kill her, her son, her love interest, her son's girlfriend, tries to kill everyone at that campus. And then we just get that amazing ending and a terrible sequel, which shouldn't have happened, in my opinion.
Which one?
Resurrection.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, there was
Trick or
so
treat,
much.
mother.
I will admit, I do love Busta Rhymes in that
Skedaddle.
one. That was great. It's like comedy into a Halloween film, which I never thought was even
And he started
possible,
using kung
but
fu all
he
because
did.
you watched the TV show. You thought you could do kung fu.
Oh man, Kung Fu Rhymes. I love that.
Chicken
Hey,
fried.
that's another thing about Dead by Daylight. They should do more with Michael's chapter as
I was
well.
here's I thought I thought they could have added 2018 and kills and ends mask to his look in Dead by
Yeah,
Daylight. I thought
that
because
would have
those
been
are cool
insane.
masks. Despite what you think about the movies, I think those masks look cool, and that would have been cool to have the kills
Yeah.
mask on him and the 2018 mask. But you only have that plain mask in DVD.
Yeah, and then you just have his a pipe, a screwdriver, the first knife from the first
and
film, and
and
then you have
his
the patient thing.
patient clothing.
Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of odd, but it's kind of cool. But yeah, there's so much more they could do with that one. Maybe
You
change his
know,
ability up a little bit more.
you could add the bandages from Halloween 4 as a skin too.
Yeah. Oh man, with the pipe that would work so well.
Especially he kills the mechanic with something.
Yeah, I think it was a pipe. I'm not quite sure.
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah. So
You gotta
yeah,
watch
that
it
would make so much sense.
because that actually looked cool with the bandages
Yeah, and then they could add the peach mask from the end of the film.
or the
Where
blonde mask.
yeah, the blonde mask where his skin is all blonde. Then he has the blonde hair, like the peach styled brown
Because
hair.
it's pretty funny. He throws Loomis through the wall. I've always thought that was somebody else as a prank. Then he's standing on the top of his other mask. I'm like, he quickly switched
What
masks.
is that? Oh. And then we have they could make so much memes for Michael in Dead by Daylight, and that would be so funny.
Yeah, he deserved more.
Yeah. Ghostface, I think they're doing pretty well.
The scary
I
movie
don't
mask.
mind it. I think Ghostface is great having the devil outfit. He has so many outfits. I think he has the most outfits ever for a licensed character.
And the scary movie mask with the tongue.
Oh, I love it. See, they decide to do memes with Ghostface and add that, but they don't do memes with Michael and add the Peach mask from Halloween 4.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like
You
we need to
know,
see the Halloween 5 mask in there.
and then they make it green skin, make it like an actual alien.
Yeah.
Although they wouldn't do that, but that would be funny. I uh
Oh gosh.
I I was thinking of a chapter, and I think it would be cool. A shape-shifting killer. He looks kind of similar to Blade and Wesker, kind of mixed into one character.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he has the goggles, and then he has like the cape and stuff, and then he has maybe a syringe or something as his blade or whatever, and then he can turn into whatever survivor in the match he wants to. But survivors can only tell if it's the killer by looking at their eyes, if they're red or not. And if
Right.
they're red, that means it's the killer, and then they could like run away. I feel like that would be a really cool idea, having a shape shifting killer.
I think Candyman would be cool too.
Yeah, Candyman, and then he has like bees that can fly around, and then he can send them out and do damage to survivors, similar to
You just
the
see these bees
artist.
fly in as they're
Yeah.
doing a gen. What the?
Oh, and then they like attach onto you, and if you don't get them off in a certain amount of time, it takes away a health state from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
My victim. You just hear him say as he's rolling up.
Yeah, that would be so cool. And then his Mori animation could be something related to bees, like he like similar to Xeno's Mori. He picks you up, or he stabs you with the hook, and then he picks you up, and then he opens his mouth, and all the bees go flying into your mouth, and then they start breaking your skin, and then they pop out. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be a cool way to add the bees in.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much. Oh, there's so much for DVD that they could do, but they haven't done much yet.
I think for original chapter, because they're still doing those too. I think
Yeah.
a werewolf is overdue to be in a movie.
Yeah, they haven't
Not the
done a
game, I
werewolf
mean.
yet.
In the
That's
game.
literally the pinnacle of horror movies. Werewolves. I mean, look, we have An American Werewolf in London. We have The Wolfman that came out not that long ago. Werewolves that came out earlier this year.
Yeah. So,
There's so many movies involving wolves or werewolves. And then we have Werewolf Within, which was like a murder mystery styled horror movie, like trying to figure out who this werewolf is that's killing everyone, which I thought was a decent movie. But yeah, it's bound to happen.
for sure, it should happen.
Yeah,
Um, Another one would be. Let me think for a minute. Because we already got Dracula, because they did Castlevania already. So,
yeah.
um,
Hmm. No, they. Mm, No, they haven't done Frankenstein yet.
No, but it's just
No.
walking like this.
Yeah, he's walking like that as this ability, and then he can like zap you from far away. But this time, it actually does like health
You just
states onto you.
you
That would be
instead
cool.
instead of the Doctor Shock, it's just this big lightning bolt that hits you.
Yeah, and then for his like attack, you'll just like grab onto you or something, and then it like takes away health state. I think that'd be cool. His Mori could be like him grabbing onto you, and then he puts you onto like this pedestal, and then he turns you into a Frankenstein.
Yeah, the more he should be, he puts you on the table, and then he hits the latch, and then you like does what happens to him, how he brought to life and kills you.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool. Ooh, Reanimator would be
Come on,
interesting.
behavior, take the idea if you're listening.
Yeah. Hey, you guys gotta check out this podcast. Take some notes. Go ask for these licenses. Go ask for a Slenderman license. That would be cool. Where he can
Slender Man.
teleport anywhere around the map and he can be invisible. If and then for his attack, he literally I think he would like pull out all of his tentacles and attack them on you. And then for his Mori, he would just you would be walking around in the woods. He stares at you and then you die. That's the Mori.
Oh,
It would
jeez.
be so funny. I would
It
love
would be.
that.
It would be. No. I'm trying to think. I was almost thinking about Urban Legend, but I was like, no, they wouldn't do that.
Urban Legend would be interesting though.
It would be interesting. You could also bring in a scary, that Coke look. If you use the Coke look, the coat look, I mean, and the
Yeah.
axe, then you could do it.
Yeah, I feel like you could do it. Just like have him as the killer and nothing else.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers would be cool. The house from the first
As
movie with the
as
two
long
characters.
as long as the director doesn't get money for it.
Yeah, I do know that the licensing issues with Jeepers Creepers aren't.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
pretty terrible, so there's not a
Yeah.
good chance of it happening. But
It's fantasy, but I would love to see the creeper in the game for sure.
yeah, great movie, but
First two movies I think
yeah.
are great. 3 and 4 is the word. Just
And then we have, wasn't the fourth one the one that came out in like 2022 or 2023?
yeah. You thought it couldn't get any worse. You thought since it's a new cast and crew, it's not the original directors there, but then they just made it even worse. You can see the green screen.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
forgot what it was called, but I think it was called like Rebound or something.
Reborn.
Yeah, Reborn. Yeah. Oh
And they
god, that was
insulted
terrible.
Whorehound too, because Whorehound's not a carnival.
Yeah, that was terrible. That franchise sucks, but I love the first two, but the franchise is just like bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I love Jeepers Creepers. I loved that movie way before we all found out, what was going on, right?
Yeah.
So I still watch that movie to this day because it's still my favorite movies. It's just
Yeah,
unfortunate.
same. It's one of my favorites too.
'Cause I loved it way before we found out, and I always fantasized you could do a game because you could make a big map. You know how Evil Dead the game had big maps. He has the truck driving, he could fly, but unfortunately with everything, it won't happen anytime soon.
Yeah. It's such a great movie, the original. It was like so unique
Yeah.
for what it was. Like these kids are driving, and then they find this suspicious looking van, and then it tries to kill them. And then he goes back to where he came from, and then they like investigate his place, and then everything just falls down from there, and then they start getting attacked by him.
Yeah,
The story behind it too, very cool, cool character, cool movie, cool cast.
It introduced me to Justin Long. That's where I started with him. So.
Yeah.
And even I think Tina Phillips. I think that's what her name is. Who played the sister? They teased her in 3, but they never did anything with it. So.
Yeah, there was nothing related to her in the third one except for that, and then she just ends up not being there in anything. And then Reborn, obviously, completely different. Like nothing related to the original films at all.
And then it made it even worse. You made 3 a masterpiece, and 3's horrible.
And then and Reborn looked cheaply made. It was so cheap. It looked like it was made on like
You can tell by the green screen too. I'm like, what in the world? Did you not fix this?
Yeah, it looked like it was made in a school studio. like
Yeah,
like you're in a high school and then you go into like a film class or something and then you have the green screen so it looks all crappy and stuff. That's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a kid's
I
film
don't know.
project that they
They
did
had
for
so
a
much
class
potential, but
project.
they
Yeah, they're
just
I
yeah.
hate Reborn. I don't talk about it much, but just
No,
gotta let out my anger on it,
I
throw it
know.
into the trash if I ever
We
see it.
just brought it up when we were talking about Jeepers Creepers. So
Yeah, if I'm visiting someone's house and I see Reborn, I'll be like, "Oh, hey, that's a cool movie. Can I see that?" Oh wait, let
throws
me
it
throw
out
it
the
in the
window.
garbage for you. I
Just
hate that
throws
movie
it
so
out the
much.
window.
Yeah.
There it goes.
No one's gonna be watching that movie anyway. Seen it once, I'm not gonna see it again.
Or if you do see it, you just put something in front of it so you don't look at it.
Yeah. Just make a whole ranting video. Oh yeah. Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
You know,
Reborn to go to hell.
I went to what? I went to my friend's house. I seen that Jeepers Creepers Reborn. It's the most piece of trash ever, and just go
Oh, it's so
off.
stupid.
I know it's so
Oh,
dumb. It's one of the worst movies ever made for sure.
I know.
But
It's up there with like Purge Anarchy, which I've seen once. Actually, I wasn't even able to finish it. That's how
yeah,
badly I hated Purge Anarchy.
yeah,
A lot of
because
people put it higher. I didn't. I don't like it.
I like the first Purge. That's me.
I love it. I love the first Purge,
Oh
especially
yeah,
since Ethan Hawke's in it. He's like one of my favorite actors. He's great in every single role.
oh
Purge,
yeah,
he did good.
Sinister,
Yeah, and then he
Sinister for
was
sure.
Grabber,
Black,
Sinister as well.
the Black Phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Black
now
Phone too.
oh yeah, they're going the. I like the what they're going with. It makes sense because he snapped his neck. How would he be alive after that?
Yeah, and
But
then that's another topic to talk about. The change in Blumhouse films.
oh yeah,
Like first off, we had kid killer going around, and then he like grabs kids, puts them into their basement. Few days later, kills them, digs them up, puts them away. That's the
in a
Black
separate
Phone.
house. Yeah,
Yeah, and then Black Phone 2. This time takes place years later. This time we're in winter. This time it's a supernatural movie and he can kill people just like Freddy Krueger. And then we have Megan as well. Killer doll comes
Megan.
to life and then accidentally kills everyone. And then we have this spy
Accidentally.
action movie of like Mission Impossible
Terminator
mixed with
2.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's ridiculous what they did. I don't think I'm gonna watch Megan 2.0. I don't have many hopes for that movie, but
The only reason why I watched because I got invited to it, um, and 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 I got invited to it, and I wasn't, and I got someone else was paying for the tickets, and my friend started laughing when she started singing. Had to walk out of the room for a second out of the theater and came back at the first scene laughing.
uh,
Um, um, so yeah, it's basically like Terminator 2, basically with Megan.
yeah, exactly. If I'm trying to watch a movie similar to Terminator 2, I'm gonna watch that one. I don't think I'm gonna watch Megan. Maybe when it comes out on a streaming service, maybe I'll
I
watch
don't know
it.
why
But
you would make Megan a PG-13 movie. I don't think it should have been rated
yeah,
R.
like look at Chucky, man. He's like, or no, look at Child's Play 2019. It's the same exact thing as
It's
Megan,
brutal.
just gorier. And
Yeah,
like, what? Since this is a girl's doll, they think they can just make it PG-13. Look at Tiffany.
and then maybe I know they're trying to get more, expand audience with the PG, but still, it's
Yeah,
like
I mean they could pull it off. I mean they did pull it off with FNAF. PG-13 rated, still ended up
yeah.
being my favorite Blumhouse film, mainly because I've just been a fan for the past 10 years, so I'm a little bit biased towards
I'm
that. But
I'm excited for Five Nights at Freddy's too because Skeet actually is going to be in there with Matthew. So
yeah, and it's like recreating the original Scream, which is just great to see
and
both co-founders of Fazbear.
I'm happy to see that Matthew's having a career success once again. He's done FNAF. He's done FNAF 2. He's in Scream 7. He's in Dead by Daylight. He's in the new Carrie. He's going to be in Carrie with Mike
Yeah, and then
Flanagan. He's on a roll.
he also did
Daredevil. I think.
yeah, and then he made Killer Cakes as well for Prime Video. He did Makabe Spirits as his own whiskey company. He's like horror really changed his life, and he's really putting it up into good use. Like, obviously, Makabe Spirits. It's horror short story whiskey company. You can buy a whiskey. It comes with a short story, and it's based off of horror short stories, based off of Mike Flanagan stories, I believe. Yeah, Mike Flanagan. And then he does his voice in Dead by Daylight. He does FNAF. He's returning for Scream 7. He does Killer Cakes. And then, yeah, he's just really dedicating his life to horror as much as he did, like, non-horror stuff like Scooby-Doo. Or maybe the He's All That prequel, or I don't know. It was like a sequel or something to She's All That. I don't know. It was called He's All That. He played the principal or something. It had
Yeah.
Addison Rae in it, and then it had Tanner.
Oh.
Tanner, I forgot his last name, but he was in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and he's having the most success he has since the early 2000s. So it's glad to see
Yeah,
him happy back working again.
and then he said like, "Oh yeah, this franchise, this genre is the reason why I'm up here in this position. Scream didn't do anything for me when I first started, but it overall gained the popularity over time. People like
Well,
started loving his like
and now people love
appearance."
Stu as ever. So
Yeah, and now people say like Stu is their favorite character, specifically years later. Like when Scream first came out, it definitely changed the genre, but people were more focused on like Nev and Ski, and now they're focusing
yeah.
on Matthew.
Oh, he's always been my favorite anyway since I've seen it a long time ago. So
Yeah, he
you
would
know,
personally Skeet's my favorite. Stu's like a close second for me.
oh, I think they're my two favorite Scream killers because they're the originals, obviously. But I think
Yeah,
they're my favorites. So
I as much as I love Skeet's character, he's not my favorite of the franchise. I do think Sydney's obviously my no.
yeah,
Randy would have to be my favorite.
yeah.
Actually, I love Randy.
What I'm saying, so Ghostface, as like if I'm gonna put them high, they're my favorite Ghostface because how they all awesome are. But
Yeah,
my favorite characters are Nev, um, Randy, of course. I do love
Dewey for me.
Dewey. I do love Dewey. Randy.
Oh, Randy.
I do
He's
like
like,
Tatum too in the original
yeah,
movie.
Tatum was cool. She was nice to me. I
And she,
remember.
I have. Oh, I'll show you for a quick seven.
All right.
I got Rose to. Well, Tatum got Tatum herself to sign it right here, right here.
Oh yeah, I see that. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Got her to sign the Blu-ray.
Ooh, yeah, that goes tough. I love that. I remember when I met her, I got the okay, whatever. I got the VHS signed by Tatum, and then
Uh,
Dewey last year as well.
I had a good experience with her, so
Yeah, she was cool to meet. I when I met her, we talked for quite a bit. I remember she was like talking a lot about her death and what it was like supposed to impact on the audience, and we were talking about like it was supposed to make you feel like you were losing a friend, because I know a lot of people started loving Tatum's character into the movie. She was
and
just
she was
this like high school chick, but nice.
and a really good friend to Sydney.
Yeah, and
She's a really
then
good friend.
she took care of Sydney with Dewey and her mom. They all took care of her after the attack she did with the Ghostface. And then she gets killed off. And I remember Rose was saying like it was supposed to be an impactful death. It was supposed to be hurtful to the audience, make them feel something. And you can definitely feel it in there,
It's
especially since it was such a brutal death and a great way to go out as well.
it's really good acting for her because she can actually through the dog hole. She can actually crawl through, so she had to act like she got stuck.
Yeah. And then her character returns in Scream 5 for like the little memorial thing in
Right.
Dewey's town thingy. I forgot. No, trailer. Yeah, it was a trailer. You like see like Tatum's like memorial thing on his like shelf, and then right beside is like his box with his gun and stuff.
Yeah,
So like that's more emotion to it, like seeing Dewey hold on to her for his entire life, and she's been there with him the entire time in that box. So it's like sad in a way.
for sure. So,
But yeah.
um, yeah. Um, yeah, I love Scream. I'm excited for 7 for sure.
7 would be interesting. I'm
Scary
wondering
Movie
what they're
6,
gonna
I'm very
do.
interested. Scary Movie
I
6, I'm
yeah,
definitely interested in.
I love Scream 6. Oh, that's like I know a lot of people might put it a little bit lower on their list, but it's just the risks they take in that film. Ghostface in that film, the bodega scene, apartment scene, subway scene, beginning scene, all of those scenes were fantastic in my opinion. The only downside is really the killers. That's like the only downside in my opinion. I
Yeah.
thought everything else was pretty good, but overall, great movie. But I can understand why people don't really like it that much because it's not the Scream they're used to. But I love that the fact they were different. Like that's another thing with me and Ice Nine Kills. At first I was like, "Ooh, this Matrix song. I don't think I'm gonna like it that much." Now it's like one of my favorite songs from them. The change in tone in their music, their change in theme, similar to Scream, they took a different approach with the Ghostface, especially with like the
Yeah.
Oh my god, let me try to get it. The mask, obviously, like they changed it from like the normal white mask and they just went
The
like with this
weather.
aged, yeah, the aged mask, which I think looks phenomenal. Adds more character to Ghostface. Like, and it really changed who Ghostface was because in most horror franchises, the killer will change their mask time to time. Michael, obviously, he starts off with the white mask and then he changes to like this moldy mask with like all the like the cuts and stuff from Halloween Kills, and then he has like the aged mask.
Yeah.
There's so many differences in the mask. Scream doesn't really change that much, but what they
No,
did was great.
yeah, for sure, and it made it look like it was, it was Billy's mask from 1, but it just, you know, just got
Yeah,
weathered, aged over the years. So
yeah. Oh, that's another thing I love about Dead by Daylight. Going back to that topic, they have like the zombie mask, which I call it the aged mask. I don't say zombie mask, but I think it's a really cool mask what they did there. It's not that expensive as well. I think it's like 250 orc cells, which isn't bad.
right.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. The bloody mask that they did, where it's like pouring blood. I don't like that one that much. I think I'd rather just wear the bloody one you get from the actual like the Prestige 6 rank once you achieve it. I
Yeah,
prefer that a lot more.
I remember those Scream masks that came out in the early 2000s where you could actually press a button and then
Yeah,
blood would come out of the down.
That's like nostalgic. I know I was born in 2010, but looking at that stuff, it's very nostalgic. Scream 4 specifically is very nostalgic to me because I was born in like that time. So like all that music, all that lighting and stuff, all those movies like horror was like very disturbing in that type
Right.
of phase. And
I
then the
was
music was around like kind of like electric metal pop.
right, and I was born 2 years before Scream. And I started watching horror movies around 97, 98. So, um,
Yeah, I started watching horror movies in like 2018, I think. I remember the first ever horror movie I watched was obviously Halloween, and then I think next year I dressed up as Michael Myers for Halloween. I still have a picture of that. I look absolutely ridiculous. I remember the first thing that started everything here was this little pint-sized Michael. I think it's probably
there
worth
you
like
go.
$5, but
Well, what
it's yeah,
for
but
sure
it started everything. So now we have all of this.
for sure,
And
everybody
then
started.
yours too. You have all of those physical media, like discs and
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
It's still
Like
growing,
you,
by the
you
way.
have quite the collection there. I love the
Oh, yeah.
Dawn of the Dead one you have there.
Oh, yeah, that's a rare one to get, but I was able to get it finally. And then, of
Yeah,
course, Evil
I've
Dead
been
behind me. So,
I've been working on my physical media collection a little bit by little. Um,
and there's Blu-rays
especially
behind Blu-rays.
yeah, especially VHSs. I'm getting a lot into those. I'm more VHS type of guy. Hellraiser 3, and then I have Scary Movie, Psycho, the Scream one, obviously, uh, Scream 2, and Scream 3.
Oh, yeah, Screen 3 is awesome.
Yeah,
But, uh, but yeah, I do like, the original is always gonna be my favorite, of course, but
yeah, but
best
yeah,
one.
I love physical media. I think it's great.
I I'm gonna
Like,
keep buying physical media, especially for horror, as long as I can. So.
yeah, like the thing about physical media and streaming, there's no sense of happiness whenever you're buying something on there. It's like, oh, I bought it. Oh no, wait, this app is getting deleted. Now I'm gonna lose what I bought. But when you like buy something physical like this,
Yeah,
you you get to like keep it forever. Like I bought
right.
this, I have it forever. I get to keep it forever. I get to play it whenever I want.
Yeah, because
There's
if your internet and the streaming service is down, you still have your physical media. So,
Yeah, and that's why I love it. Like I have the first I'll actually bring this so you can hear me better. The
hey,
first
horror.
7 Nightmare on Elm Streets. Oh, horror, what is up? 3:29 p.m. Hey, thank you for joining on. Hope you're enjoying
My
this.
YouTube
We're
partner in crime.
funny. But yeah. Uh Army of Darkness DVD, Terrifier 3 Steelbook, Terrifier 2 Collector's Edition, Pray at Night, Stranger, Smile 2, Scream 6, Scream 5, Psycho, It, Halloween Ends, Halloween,
Nice.
Halloween Collector's Edition, Five Nights at Freddy's, Conjuring, Black Phone, Aliens.
Nice.
But yeah, I still need to really build my collection up. It's a lot of money, especially. Canada
Oh yeah.
doesn't really sell like the greatest stuff, but
Oh
I
yeah.
find what I find.
And I'm in Canada too, so it took me a long time to buy all of this.
Yeah,
To build this
like
collection. It took me 10, 11, 12 years to build this collection behind me. So.
yeah, if I was probably in this, if I probably lived in America, this like 8 years or so of collecting would probably be like 2 times its size if I was in America. But it's just really hard to find that type of stuff. Like, there's not a single horror convention near me, at least in Vancouver. There's not
There's
a
a
single horror convention.
we got a convention here that happens in September in my city, and then I have a store that sells a lot of horror stuff. So
I do have one, although it's 50 minutes away from me, so I usually just go there every single birthday. I know I do have near me. I think it's the biggest collectible store in the entire world, if I'm correct,
yeah,
bigger than like Nightmare Toys and stuff. It's called Toy Traders. It's over here in Langley, BC. It's only like a 10-20 minute drive. They sell like vintage toys, signed stuff. Uh, I
yeah,
think it's about like the size of a Toys R Us.
and for NECAs, I have the Stevie Wayne from The Fog, Agent Barbeau's character.
Ooh, yeah, the fog.
I also got Tom Atkins, Dr. Chalice from Halloween 3,
Oh wow.
which was exclusive to that H45 convention. Someone went
Yeah.
and got one for me. So
Oh no, that's crazy because there's only like I think there's only 850 of them in the world,
oh yeah,
or
and I
like
have one of
1,000
them.
of them.
So,
No, that one's crazy. You got to get that one signed by him. Oh,
oh oh yeah,
that would be crazy.
I know the coaster that came with it is signed by him because that was automatically signed by him.
Oh, now that one goes hard.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I have the Part 7 Jason NECA because it's a cool NECA.
yeah, part 7 for me too.
And the the thing NECA, it's the McCready one. So
Oh yeah,
I
I
wanted
don't own any of those ones, but yeah.
I won it with from my friend Caleb from Dutfield Podcast. He was doing a birthday trivia stream, and I
Oh,
won one of the prizes, so he sent it to me. So
yeah, that's good. But yeah, I like it how we're just sticking off topic, but like, hey, it's fun, just talking
we'll
around,
go.
going based off
Well,
of different topics.
it happens. It happens to all of us. We all do that on YouTube. We're posting
Yeah, and it's
compliments, and
fun.
then we end up talking about something else.
Yeah, but it's still fun. That's the point of podcasts. We always go off topic and just talk about a whole bunch of different
It's having
topics.
an awesome conversation.
Yeah, that's the point, and that's what's great about having guests on. We just have a whole bunch of cool people come on, talk about cool stuff for around an hour or two or so. And that's just the glory of being a horror YouTuber, just like a content creator for film in general. You
Right.
have like so many people in this community that you can talk about because like mostly in real life you're not going to be finding a lot of people near you, especially in Canada, that like film.
Actually,
um
yeah, horror YouTubers. Yeah. or just
Yeah, horror
YouTubers in general.
YouTubers especially.
Because in Toronto, we got Dave McRae. And, our life in horror lives on the other side of Canada. Can't remember where, but um, then Nick Cooley somewhere. We got Jason Knight from Backtrack Cinema. I think Ontario somewhere.
Yeah,
So
Ontario too.
yeah,
And then I think in like I'm pretty sure in Vancouver where I live, I think I might be like one of the only horror YouTubers out there because there's like not a lot of people do content creating in Vancouver. Like there's maybe like 3 or 5 famous people I know that film stuff in Vancouver. Typical gamer, Fortnite streamer, and then we have like Finn Wolfhard who does
yeah.
videos time to time.
I
Michael Bublé of all things.
Michael Bublé.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I do mostly YouTube, and I have done gaming streams in the past. Besides the stuff I do on my YouTube channel, and now I just created a Twitch account now,
oh,
so
nice.
I'm gonna start doing that. Besides doing this too.
Yeah, I've tried to do Twitch. I've had my Twitch account for like 2 years now, but I only have like 30 followers on there. I will say, if you are getting into Twitch, it's very hard.
Oh yeah.
Like, well, it's not hard. It's not like too hard, but
Well,
it's harder than YouTube.
YouTube, I think. Well, here's the thing. So about YouTube, to get to your 100 subscribers is definitely the toughest. After that, then you just keep on throwing,
Yeah,
keep on going, because it only takes one video to get you going. Just like Twitch, I'm only doing Twitch because I just want to stream certain videos, games, especially now the ones that are coming out. Like I gotta get on this and stream some of
yeah.
my favorite games, and still keep my passion on YouTube. So
Yeah, exactly. For me, I kind of just quit Twitch because there's way too many bots on there. On YouTube,
oh
I
yeah,
haven't encountered any bots at all,
no,
especially in live streaming.
I only have so far get some trolls in the chat. You can tell these people are trolls accounts.
Yeah,
So
but in like
that's not
Twitch,
very often.
yeah, but in Twitch, the only time I ever get a viewer, it's a bot every single time. 25, I think like 20 or 25 of my followers on Twitch are bots. And I just find like asking like, "Oh, hey, can you please use this creator code in Dead by Daylight? Use this creator code in Fortnite. Oh, hey, can you buy this deal off of Amazon?" And that's all I get. So I just don't stream on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm only doing it so I just have fun and stream some of my favorite games. So
Yeah, that's for me. I do that too, but it's just kind of annoying because I can't find the right
yeah,
audience to like talk to
yeah,
people about and like,
I
um,
gotcha.
yeah,
Um, that's why that's why I was mostly doing when I did do gaming streams. Besides, my main streams, I do my interviews and reviews and videos. I did do some streaming of some games on my YouTube channel. So I do
yeah.
get the following.
I stream a lot of Dead by Daylight, a little bit too much. That game is just it's out of the rails right now. I seriously can't stop playing it. Um
Oh yeah,
28
I
years
hear you.
later, apparently the main actor Spike does play DBD consistently apparently,
So
which is pretty cool.
here's a question for you: What what horror license would you love to see like an ASM, which one do you think would succeed if they done it right and just kept it longevity? I know
Terrifier
how
obviously, but going based off of that, I feel like
because
we
I think Halloween would work because Halloween's game is coming. So
yeah.
that,
Scream would be cool. I feel like that would be interesting, more of like a murder
super
mystery
massive.
kind
That
of.
should be more super massive. I think if you go do that route, right?
Yeah. Oh, that would work perfectly, actually. Like
Yeah.
this, it could be different killers this time. That it could kind of be similar to Until Dawn, just like different killers, so you have to find out which one it is. So it would be like kind of similar to Until Dawn, but not like literally Until Dawn. It would definitely be different
Right.
in some ways, but I
You
would love that.
make the wrong choices, Ghostface kills them.
Yeah, and then make the right choices, find which killer it is. So the killers could win and find everybody, or the killers could lose and you win, or the killers lose and no one dies. That would
That
be
would be
kind of
quite.
cool.
That'd be a fun multiplayer game too if you did it right.
Yeah. Oh,
Multiple,
yeah, that
multiple
would
kills.
work.
Because if you can do the family in Texas Chainsaw, you can do like multiple killers for Ghostface. Or
Yeah.
or can you imagine doing a multiplayer game that you can do way better than Among Us, where you just act like you're a normal dude and no one knows who the killer is, but when you have to do the killing, you have to put on the robe and then
Yeah.
kill. And then
Ooh. I would love to see an open world 28 days later game because I
oh
feel like it's decently popular to get a game or some sort of a license. But I would love to see a game based off of that, kind of similar to like maybe The Last of Us or Dying Light. But this time it's like a whole new story taking place in obviously the UK, but or Europe in general. And it follows these new characters, and then once you complete the main story, you can like search around, complete different stories, and then
yeah.
like different side quest stories. It's kind of similar to like a lot of the other games, but this time it's completely open world. And then you have like certain like stuff you can use to take down these zombies and stuff. That would be cool. I say zombies or infected. Either way works, but yeah.
Well, people were a huge fan of the original movie, and then this new movie came out, so
Yeah,
it'd be
now we're
cool
getting
based
the
on that.
second one as well.
With Killian Murphy will actually be in this one, the next one. So
Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of the. Actually, no, I don't mind the new one. Actually, I like it. I think it's okay. I gave it
I
like a
get
6.5 or 7. A little bit more generous, but
yeah,
yeah,
I still have a review of that coming. It's just that I had problems with the video, so I had to redo certain things with it. So my
yeah,
thoughts are still coming. So
yeah. I watched it last Thursday. I might watch Megan to do a review on it, but that's like if I even want to. I might do a Squid Game 3 review
I
because
don't really
it's
recommend it.
technically horror. Yeah, it's literally like Judgment Day, but it's more kiddish. It's like, oh, it's like
But she's
Spy Kids.
but saying lines like what she says in the trailer. She does say it
Oh
in the movie.
God, yeah,
Hold on to
like
your
yeah, and then there's like Hasta La Vista, baby. Like they have. It's so similar because like Megan now has her line like hold on to your and
yeah.
then obviously Arnold has Hasta La Vista Baby. So they both have like their iconic lines, and then they're both having to fight off an even stronger force of evil. Then they have to work with the original characters that they try to kill in the first one. It's the same
Yeah.
exact plot.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
What I'm excited though for is I know you did last summer.
Uh
Black Phone, of course.
yeah, Black
Two,
Phone. Conjuring is gonna be nuts for me. I'm so excited for that one. It
especially
looks crazy.
especially it's gonna be the last film and playing those characters. So
Yeah, that's another one I'm really excited for. I know what you
an
did last
era,
summer.
an
I'm
era.
excited for that one.
Oh yeah, and I'm also excited for weapons looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, Weapons looks cool. I feel like out of like these original horror films coming out this year, him is probably my favorite one. It's like Whiplash, but it's horror related and it's
So
sports
far,
related.
my favorite one so far, the favorite movie of the year is Sinners. Just how amazing it was.
Sinners. Mine is Bloodlines.
Awesome. That's my
I
second
love
favorite.
Bloodlines. Yeah, I
And Hard
haven't
Eyes
seen
I enjoyed
Sinners
too.
yet. Yeah, Hard Eyes was great. I think it's like my fourth maybe.
Well,
Until Dawn is like in my mid range on it. I still like the movie a lot. I think it's
yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, I think especially they drinking water, they explode.
Oh, that was great. I still can't get over the movie. It was great. And then
And then
I think I might be the only person that cried in the movie for Josh being in the film for like 2 seconds on a piece of paper.
the
Probably
way
the
it
only
ends,
person.
it kicks off the game, so it was a prequel to the game.
Yeah, that was like another reason why I cried. I was like, "Oh my god, there's no way we're actually going to be getting a sequel based off of the game." Because Until Dawn, obviously, one of my favorite movies of all,
Favorite
favorite
games.
games of all time. I don't know why I said movie. It's not. It's nowhere near to being my favorite movie of all time, but it was still a good movie. It's not up
No,
there for
but
me
if it
though.
was, it would be like, well, that's your taste. So,
Yeah,
so
I would never say, "Oh man, it's probably my favorite movie of all time."
and then
That would be
you
nuts.
get somebody in the chat that say, "Oh, well, you know what he said? That's his favorite movie."
Yeah, exactly. Such a big fan of the franchise itself. Like, a lot of people don't even know this, but I don't know a single person that's played any of the prequels or the sequel that came out.
Which
I
one?
don't know. I forgot what it was, but it took place in the sanitarium. It came out like 2 years after
Oh, that
Until
VR
Dawn.
one. The VR one.
That one as well, the VR one. I forgot what it was called. It started with an I.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. It was
Yeah,
set
it was.
years before. Took
Yeah,
years
it took
before.
place in the sanitarium to show like what happened and stuff, and it was like a
Oh,
prequel.
what was
I
that
forgot what
called?
it was called, but yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
do know what you
that
mean.
one. Yeah, and then we obviously have that VR one, which was weird.
You need an Until Dawn
I don't
2.
know. Yeah, Until Dawn would 2 would be cool. I would love to see maybe a After Dawn type of thing, maybe taking place based off of one of the stories. Like, obviously, depending on how you finish the game, obviously, Josh turns into a Wendigo.
Yeah.
So I came up with a movie idea for it or a game idea that you could use called After Dawn, basically after basically after Sam and Mike specifically make it out alive. After dawn, Josh starts targeting them throughout town and maybe going around trying to kill them. It would be a really weird like story, but I think it would be cool to see happen. A lot of people wouldn't really be a big fan of it, but I think it has potential.
I wished old Dan played in the movie at some point.
That would be that would have been great.
Because they took that away from the remake version of the game. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll just play the original game. Stick to what
Yeah,
I love.
I like the remake, but the original it was like game changing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we obviously have like Telltale games like the Minecraft story mode, and then we have
And
like
look
The
at that
Walking Dead.
poster. They look like they're in one of those.
Yeah, the poster as well. The poster is fantastic. I love the poster for it too.
Yeah. It
It's
definitely changed the game for horror games.
yeah, like it was a first of its kind. It wasn't made by Telltale, but it was literally a Telltale game, just
Except
not made by Telltale, and
and
it's
with
like a whole
better,
different story.
with really better graphics.
Yeah, so much better graphics. I got man, I love the Minecraft game though. That's big nostalgia
Oh,
for me.
I love Minecraft too.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember going on to Netflix and like every single day I would play that Telltale Minecraft game on the Netflix before it got taken off in like 2020, I think. I don't remember, but I love that.
I think.
Minecraft movie I thought was funny.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I think my favorite Telltale game though was I think what they did with Back to the Future was pretty cool. I think that's one of the better ones.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that one. They made so many games. I honestly
Walking
forgot about
Dead.
most of them.
They
Yeah, The
made
Walking
Walking
Dead
Dead.
as well. The animated one that they did, which I thought was kind of cool.
I would love to see a proper, like, really full on Walking Dead game.
Yeah, like
They never really have done it. I
yeah,
mean, I want to see.
it might be hard to do or it might be easy to do. I feel like they could do like a story game going based off of all the seasons, but this time it's like maybe the longest story game of all time,
Don't
going based off of all 11 seasons
don't
of
do what
The
you did with
Walking Dead.
don't do what you did with Lost the game though, where it's very short and based on the first season or two.
Yeah, that would be nasty. Like just having like this short game. Like I'm pr- I don't remember Dying Light 2 being good at all either.
First Dying Light was awesome, I think.
Yeah, the first one was great. Second one
And that
I'm not going to play it.
there's supposed to be a new one coming where they bring him back from the first game.
Yeah. a- Apparently that's what they're doing. I think they're working on it right now. I'm not quite sure. But
Right.
yeah. And then Last of Us as well.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I only liked the first game. The second game I didn't like at all.
I
First season I thought was good. Second season I also don't like at all.
For me, I'm a fan of both games. That's just me. So.
I find the Last of Us franchise to be probably one of the wonkiest franchises. It's confusing because of one decision they're making, one single decision. So we
Which
have
is
the
that?
second season of The Last of Us, and
Right.
now we're getting a third season without a third game. That's like the main reason that's making me mad. Why are we
And
getting a third season but not a third game?
and
Like,
and I think there should be a third game. And there's like that story ain't done
yeah,
by not by
continuing
far.
Ellie's story after Joel's death.
Yeah.
There's
Let's
so much they could do with that.
and you leave it on and you leave it on a hanger cliffhanger a little bit because you don't know where Dina went. And other things, and with Tommy too, you haven't never really finished that story arc either. So
Yeah,
give us a
there's
third
so
game.
much to do with that. You can make a third game off of it. And I feel like after the flop of the third season, because not a lot of people like the
And
second
now,
season. I mean, second season, yeah. I
and,
said third season. I meant second season.
and now Neil Druckmann just is going to focus on Naughty Dog, and other people are leaving creativity. So
Yeah, it's one of the franchises that I'm just not really looking forward to see what they're doing at this point. Like with The Last of Us, there's so many other franchises that I'm really excited to see and what they do. Saw, obviously, I think would be interesting. I want to see what Blumhouse is trying to do,
and with James Wan's back in full creative control. So
which I think is going to be great. But also, he hasn't really done it in a long time, so
and and here in two, Lionsgate still owns the other 50%, so Blumhouse doesn't fully own it completely. So they still have to work with Lionsgate. So
yeah. And it's like I hope it isn't like a decision like a Spider-Man situation where they can't decide which story they want to go based
it's
off
like,
of. Like Disney had a great story for Spider-Man 4, but I know that Sony was like, "Nuh-uh." And it's
yeah,
like,
well, they
yeah.
also canceled Sam Raimi's for a long time ago. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. They just canceled Sam Raimi's and Andrew Garfield's. I love Andrew Garfield. I don't know why we didn't get a third movie. I can't wait for a
Oh,
third movie if they ever do it. I'm a big fan of the second one. I'm a defender for that one. I, I
I
love I
I didn't
love the
mind it
second one.
either. Just that I think the Goblin was horribly portrayed though.
Oh god, the Goblin. I hate Harry as the Goblin in the second one though. That's like the only drawback for me. Other than that, I thought it was a great movie. Rhino could have been different. He was just kind of there, I guess.
At the
And then
end.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
they also set up stuff after the second one, and then we just got nothing.
That was
Two
a jaw
years
dropping
later,
moment though, out of nowhere, Glenn just dies. So
yeah, and then obviously they reveal the Sinister Six at the end of the film, and then we're like,
and didn't do
oh yeah,
nothing with
we're
it.
getting a third one. We're getting this massive movie coming out. 1 year later, oh, Tom
Bombs.
Holland's now is Spider Man. Like, what was that? Now we're getting Tom Holland as Spider Man.
They don't know
He's
what
still
they're
good,
doing with
but
it. Yeah,
yeah,
they just don't know what they're doing with it anymore.
Spider Man is one of the more confusing franchises
And
because they change him up so much.
Tom's never really did a single movie where he didn't have anyone help him. He needs to be a Spider-Man that does it on his own.
Yeah, like the thing with all three of Tom Holland's Spider-Man films, he had someone help him the entire time.
Yeah,
Far From Home specifically, he had the Stark Industries tech for his glasses, which is AI generated help. And then we have Homecoming, in which we had Tony Stark help him. No Way Home, we had
just for
everyone
Spider-Man.
help him in that movie. Everyone.
All of the
We had
Spider-Mans came in.
yeah,
So,
literally the Sinister Six helped him.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he has to fight all of them with two Spider-Mans. But then if you look at Tobey Maguire, he had to fight um all of those people alone except for in the third film. Obviously, he had help from Harry.
Well, that film could have been a lot better if they just didn't interfere with Sam Raimi, what he wanted to do, and force stuff onto him. Because he was doing
Yeah.
the trilogy was amazing up to that point, and then three is like, Why do you guys interfere? Just let Sam Raimi keep doing what he's doing. If you've got no hitter, don't interfere.
I know that. I'm a little bit of a defender for Spider-Man 3 only because of the black suit.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just find the movie to be a complete waste of time. Like,
Topher for
they,
Grace is. They haven't.
that was, I don't know why. There's this one guy, he's a big collector. He has like this $15,000 Hot Toys collection, and he keeps glazing that Venom. And I'm like, what's the whole point? He's skinnier than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, that's not Venom. He's way too skinny to play Venom. That's another reason why I'm a little bit of a defender for the Venom spin-offs. I don't mind them as much as people do.
I don't mind them either.
Yeah, I thought the first one was good. I thought the second one was a little bit worse. Third one was a good ending. I do like that.
There's so much more they could have did with Carnage. Why would you hold back on Carnage?
Yeah.
Let him beat Carnage and really go to town with it.
I will say, I think Last Stance is a little bit better than Carnage. I don't think it's the best one because we didn't get much Venom in it. I don't care if there's an excuse for this tracker inside. I don't care about that. I just wanted to see Venom in action like the first one.
It's called Venom in the first place. Why would you not show him more?
Yeah. Fun fact, I think he had more screen time in the first film, which is supposed to be an origin story. So you're not supposed to see him that much.
I love his line from the second movie. When he says, he's red. Oh, hell no. It's the red one.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that is a red one. And then he hides away. Yeah, it's so funny. He should replace all the comedians in the world. Just let Venom be a comedian.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and then in the second one, he's at this nighttime strip party. I don't know. I don't think it was. I think it was just a nighttime club. And then he has all of the glow sticks around his neck.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. And then in the third one as well, he has he turns into a horse. Oh, I love Venom. He's such a great character, but they wasted him a little bit. Just a little bit. I still think he did good, just wasted a little bit.
Those were good movies. I do enjoy them. I just wish they still haven't reached what I would want to see in a Venom movie. Really what we want to see from Venom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I love Venom, and I love oh my god, Tom Hardy. I almost said Tony Hardy. Tom Hardy as as Eddie Brock is great.
Who the hell is Tony Hardy?
I don't know. I was about to say Tony Hardy, and I was like, no, wait, it's Tom Hardy.
It's Tom Hardy's weird, whatever, long distance cousin.
His long lost brother. I love that. Yeah. But yeah, I think Tom Hardy did great as Eddie Brock.
Oh yeah.
He was kind of a jerk in the second one a little bit, but I still thought he did good.
For sure.
Yeah. But so I still thought it was a good franchise. I did not mind it. Although all of the other Sony spin-off movies were questionable.
Oh yeah. I didn't really have no desire to watch
exactly. Craven. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I love that guy. I just don't want to watch Craven the Hunter. I still gotta say my favorite role of his is Bullet Train. I love Bullet Train.
Oh yeah, Bullet Train's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Bullet Train because it was it wasn't necessarily supposed to be this action movie. It's not you know what I mean? It's not similar to Nobody or John Wick. It's not this one guy on a mission. This time it's a whole crew of people working for different people working on this mission, and there isn't a main character in this movie. Everyone is the main character. Specifically the twins that aren't really twins. And then we have Brad Pitt's character, Ladybug. Ladybug. I love Ladybug. He's so funny. It's a great comedy too.
It's a good style type of movie, and those type of action scenes are pretty funny. They did it with Josh Hartnett with Fight or Flight, if I remember how that has.
Yeah, Fight or Flight with Josh Hartnett. Yeah, in
Yeah.
which that came out like this year, I think. Yeah, this year. I think
Yeah.
it came out in like May. But I haven't seen that one. It looks interesting. I heard decent things about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's good to see him do movies again.
Yeah, I love Josh Hartnett. He's one of my favorite actors. I love him in The Faculty, one of my favorite
Oh
horror
yeah.
movies.
I loved
H2O, obviously. You can't go wrong with H2O.
he was even good in this first Sin City movie, that first scene that he did. So.
Yeah. I loved Trap as well. I thought Trap was a cool movie. I love the aspect of it. It kind of gives me Dexter vibes a little bit, just less gruesome.
Oh yeah.
But I love what he did in that movie. That man was smart, and I mean smart. And I love seeing smart butchers. And that guy, Josh Hartnett, absolutely went out for this character. And he started as like this sharing, caring, fun, cool father that slowly becomes not really a nice guy.
Right.
And I love his character development in the movie. His daughter, however, a little bit annoying, still cool.
And I love
But
the
yeah.
fact that the trailer didn't really spoil what was really going on until you seen the movie.
Yeah, like the thing is, the trailer only showed the first half of the movie. It didn't show anything, not even the second half. Like when
No,
I
which
watched
is
it,
a
I
good
was like,
thing.
"Oh, okay. Wait, now we're out of the concert in this other half of the movie. Why aren't we in the concert?"
The way
Oh,
that trailer
whoa.
portrays you feel like it's just like a concert movie and this. But then when you got the most of the movie, like this is a totally different what it showed in the trailer after a while. We're going a
Yeah,
different tone here.
it is a concert movie, but
Right.
different.
Just not what the trailer portrayed it.
Yeah, although Lady Raven, not as good as Noemi Scott's character Sky Riley. Absolutely nowhere near. I love the fact that Noemi Scott actually did music for Smile too, which was great.
Oh yeah, it was really great
Like
for sure.
it's a made up artist, but she actually made music for this made up artist. And she even has her own page on Spotify, Sky Riley, which is kind of weird, but it's cool.
For sure. And it's
Yeah.
cool that Josh Hart got to do a movie with M Night. So
Yeah, those movies are great. 2024 was a good year for horror.
it was a good year
Probably
for genre. So once Night Swim went away, once July hit, that's
Night Swim.
when all the
That
movies
was
started
like
getting good. And, yeah,
Night Swim was so bad. It it had wasted potential. Actually, no, it didn't have any potential at all. As soon as I saw the trailer for Night Swim, I was like, no one's going to be watching this movie. I'm sorry, but
there's a better way to do that concept.
yeah.
Go with this.
As soon as I looked at the trailer, I was like, Deadly Pool? Wow, seems like a very fun movie. Totally. No, it's complete sarcasm. I absolutely
Yeah.
hate Night Swim.
Oh, I do too. It was the worst movies of the last year, and so much potential so much potential they could have did, but they just didn't do anything. You know, cool concept, bad execution. So
Yeah, it had a cool concept, but even in the trailer, for me, they didn't really show
didn't really
what
go
this.
over what I wanted to
Yeah,
go.
they didn't really show what this pool could do. They didn't even show it that much in
It was
the
lame
actual
for the most
movie.
part.
It
Yeah.
was just a pool with a black void that goes on forever, which is just kind of stupid.
But
The
then
ending as
when
well, it was
especially with Wyatt, we're also like, okay, he's in this.
yeah, and then he just gets sacrificed.
It
Like,
just shows you
ouch.
when James Wan's not directing, these movies are going to be a hit or miss.
Yeah, although whenever James Wan is really doing a film, it definitely has the potential to be good. Maybe not
For
Megan
sure.
2.0 because that one I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a James Wan film.
I know he produced the Lights Out, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Because
And
David
then
S. Sam
obviously
makes movies
Annabelle.
like Annabelle. Annabelle
Yeah,
Creation is the best. The second movie is the best one out of those movies.
yeah. Although I don't think it's as good as the original Conjuring. I still think that's the best one.
Oh yeah, the original Conjuring.
Yeah,
I like the first two Conjurings. I think two's an
yeah.
awesome follow up to it.
Two
But the
is
first
great as well. Third one was fun. I do like that one. I do think it's my least favorite of the trilogy specifically.
until four,
My
see how that
yeah,
changes.
I feel like Nun 2 might be one of my least favorites. I saw that in theaters and I was like, this is a cool movie. Then I watched it and I was like, this is not a cool movie. It's
Maybe the first one
slow.
was the worst. First one was the worst.
I liked the first one a little bit more. It was a lot
Right.
more creepier because it took place in this like abandoned castle.
My problems as to
Yeah.
why did you make it so dark to see in certain scenes that were supposed to be
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, that's another thing about the
That was a good
Conjuring
character.
movies. Yeah, that's another thing about the Conjuring movies. They make the movie so dark. Like I get it, but it was too dark. At
It's
least
like
with like Five Nights at Freddy's, it's supposed to be dark, but it has like lights throughout.
we can still make it creepy and scary. Just don't make it so dark like that where you can't see nothing and still we can't see what's going
Yeah.
on there.
Like the thing is, there's certain movies where you're like, so like for example, it's
Yeah. Oh, I can't hear you. Your voice is out. Uh oh. Uh oh. Can't hear you. Voice. I can't hear you anymore. Can't hear you. When you turn the camera, that's when it all the sound went away. Still can't hear you. What happened? Now I think I can hear you.
might be working now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. All right,
I
yeah,
can
it's
hear.
working.
Yeah, I can hear you again. Once you turn the camera, sound just went away completely, and all I can see is
Oh,
just
all
your
right.
lips
Well,
go.
let's just make sure I don't turn the camera like that again. Let me set it up correctly this time.
So I can't remember what you were saying. We were talking about before you did that.
Oh, I was talking about like how I can't watch The Nun ever throughout the night. It's literally impossible to watch it in the night. It's
In the
too
dark
dark.
time. Oh yeah.
Like even in the night, I still can't even watch it. Daytime, can't watch it. Night, can't watch it at all. I have to go to a movie theater because it'll be completely dark and I can probably see a little bit of it. It's just one of the darkest movies of all time, and that it
I remember.
sucks.
I remember when Lights Out came out in 2016, and people were scared to turn the lights off because you know how the movie was. So,
Yeah, that's the thing. It was so like uh I think I've seen Lights Out maybe like once.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it since the
once.
theater, by the way, but I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I think I've seen it like maybe once with that said. I although that was like probably like 2020 when I first watched it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I don't know what streaming service it's on now, but
I'm not sure either.
yeah, I bet it seems like a Netflix movie. It might be on Netflix,
It's the
but
same
I'm not
director
sure.
of the Until Dawn movie. So
Yeah, I hate the fact that whenever a new movie comes out for Sony or whatever, we have to wait 2 years in Canada for that to come onto Netflix. Like I know in I think April it was Hard Eyes was already on Netflix, and I was like, what? Come on! I don't want to have to wait until 2027 to watch
I
this
have.
great Valentine's film.
That's why I was able to get it on Blu-ray. So
Yeah, I don't have the Blu-ray yet. I believe it or not, I haven't seen it yet at all in stores, and
my
I've gone
Sunrise
out
Records has over
shopping.
here. So
I've been to Sunrise. I have one near me in a mall, but I haven't actually seen it there yet.
Amazon sells it
Um,
too, by the way.
I remember I tried going there for most of my movies. Whenever I go to Sunrise, I never actually find the correct movie I'm looking for. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, I didn't even find it there. I had to order it online for the FNAF movie, I think. If I'm correct, I'm not sure. Maybe I found it in Sunrise. I don't remember. That was like 2 years ago.
Well,
But yeah.
I guess it all depends on the sunrise. 'Cause my sunrise is amazing over here.
My
So,
my Sunrise is great for anything but movies. Like I've
oh,
seen them sell crazy NECA figures from there. Um my actually it's probably easier to see on this side, but my Freddy over here in the
yeah,
corner, the Freddy's Revenge one, that one I found at Sunrise.
awesome.
The Halloween Kills one I found at Sunrise. They're great for selling NECA figures for some reason, but they just don't really sell great movies. Like even for like Scream 6, I saw just the base movie, not Steelbook, not like a special edition one, just the original Scream 6 for $45, which is just outrageous. And then
Nice.
I went to this place called Willow Video, which is like literally right across the street from the mall, and they sold Scream 6 for only $12, and I was like, wow, saving $30 on this movie. And that's where I bought most of my movies. Actually, Willow
Nice.
Video. They sell it for a really decent price. Um,
We also have in Toys Emporium that sells good horror film.
yeah, this one I believe was only $20, I think, and it
That's
has
pretty good.
yeah, it has the original Freddy's Revenge, Dream Warriors, Master, Child, Final Nightmare, New Nightmare, and that's it. It has all the first 7 films
It,
for only like 20
I think
bucks.
Nightmare deserves a proper box set like Friday did.
Yeah, I
I know they're doing a
think
4K, but it looks horrible with the artwork though.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that Amazon is coming out with one if I'm correct.
Yeah, 4K
Yeah, they
one, but
are. We just
the
don't have the
artwork looks horrible.
yeah, the artwork. But
I,
yeah, we need like a steelbook box set for that one, like with Friday the 13th. We had a really good box set for that one.
yeah, because you can really get cool artwork on the box and go all around and make it look cool.
Yeah, it looked great. Absolutely amazing. Let me try to edit your mic settings a little bit just so I can hear you a little bit better. All right, let's check now.
Is it good now?
Oh yeah, that's a lot better. After I reconnected, it was a little bit low, but
That's
I
probably
changed
what
it.
happened. It just went the mic settings for on your went down, right?
Yeah, and then it got shut down back to its normal one, so I put you all the way back up. Now it's a lot better. But yeah,
Sounds good.
if you ever go over to like Vancouver or whatever, definitely recommend checking out Toy Traders in Willow. They sell everything. I know over there, Fan Expo here is great as well. Um,
Yeah.
Fan Expo here was pretty cool. They sell a lot of great stuff. The Springtrap plushie, obviously. That one was cool. And there's like a cool little horror store here. I think it's only online, so they go here time to time to Fan Expo. And then obviously they have a lot of great people. Obviously, Christopher Lloyd this year, and then some Death Note cast members: Misa Amane, Vincent Tong's character, Toda Matsuda,
Oh
Ryuk
yeah.
from Death Note. That would be another cool one for Dead by Daylight. I would. Oh come on! I would love to see uh, Ryuk as a killer or Light
Yeah.
Yagami as a killer. Like with
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul in the game, it's definitely possible, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would have said Hellraiser, but Hellraiser is already in DBD, right? They already got Pinhead in
Yeah,
there.
Cenobite, but rest in peace, Cenobite. Hopefully he comes back from the dead somehow.
Yeah, I still own it because you already bought it right before it got taken off. So I had the Cinnabite to keep it alive. But
Yeah. I
the
wish I
Bronze
bought the Cenobite. I don't have it. I would have bought him. I would have bought him and the Chatterer, but I sadly did not buy him.
Chatterer.
I love
Yeah,
the Chatterer. It's a great outfit
I,
for him,
I
but
know that teeth always makes me laugh when he does it.
yeah. And then he probably is one of the better chapters in my
Sa-
opinion, especially for a
Sadako
solo
too.
chapter.
This Sadako, I think, was pretty cool. How they come to the
Yeah, I
TV.
love Sadako in the game. Her
That's
perk, Merciless Storm, absolutely beautiful. When the generator reaches 90%, you get like very fast skill checks that you have to hit, and then if you
right.
miss it, the generator gets shut down for like by the entity for 16 seconds, I believe. So it allows like the killer to get over there and then damage the generator with pop goes if you have a survivor hooked. I love that build using Merciless Storm and Pop Goes the Weasel. So whenever
Oh
they're
yeah,
doing a generator and Merciless Storm activates after 90% and they miss it, it gets blocked off. I hook a survivor, so for a certain amount of time I Pop Goes, go to a generator, damage it, instantly loses 20% progress. So it goes down to 70% and then normal generator regression. So it saves like 30
nice.
seconds for me to do stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's she's one of the reason why Nick Cage joined, because not only because his son played DBD, loves DBD, but he also joined DBD because he was a fan of Sadako was in the game. So he's like, that's
yeah.
why Nicholas Cage agreed to come in.
And
So
then Nicolas Cage has like special voice lines as well. And then he has his outfits and stuff.
they
And
even
then scene partner with Steve. Whenever I'm using Steve, I always use scene partner as my perk. I can't stop with it. It's my favorite perk in the entire game.
and how he can act like he falls down, act like he died, but he gets back up. That's
Oh,
twist.
plot twist is such a
Plot twist.
great one because you don't leave anything when you get downed, and then you can fully recover yourself. Then you get the special haste. I feel like they might make it. I would love it changed because plot twist is also kind of useless. Not really,
Yeah.
depending on the situation. I feel like it would be cool if after you pick yourself up for the next 30 seconds, if you can stay alive, you'll gain a health state back after 30 seconds of
Make it more worth it
recovering.
for doing
Yeah,
that.
make it more worth it, but you have to wait to gain your health state. So that means if you get up and you get down by the killer, then plot twist
I
deactivates.
I love that they created lines for Matthew to say directly for
Oh,
Nick
I
Cage.
love
It's
that.
pretty cool. They may actually made lines for him to say something to Nick Cage. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, especially with like the hook animations. He was like,
Stay
Nicolas
there.
Cage, how did you get out of Hollywood or something? I know there was one line dedicated to Hollywood, but it's
I love
so
how
funny.
I always love how Matthew says, "Stay there." Well, where am I supposed to go? I'm hooked here. Unless
I
you get out
love
hooked, of
I
course.
love Matthew and Nicholas in the game. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage as well is just a complete chapter is great. He's one of the better Survivor chapters, along with Lara Croft, which I think is the best one.
Laura Croft. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Lara Croft. Apparently, she's getting taken out of the game. Supposedly, rumors are saying she will get taken out of the game, which is sad for me. But I do own Lara
If
Prestige
you own it,
6, so
if you
I'm
own it,
happy
then
with
you
that.
get to keep it. You just can't buy it. So
Yeah,
eventually, it all
that's an
depends on the deal,
yeah.
right? License goes away. So
Yeah, with Stranger Things as well. I was like, when I came back to DBD, or I think it got taken out in like 2021 ish, and I started in 2021. So, like, I know like a week or two after I started playing DBD, it got taken out of the game, and I was like, oh, come on. And then 2 years later, it comes back, and I'm like, oh, I gotta buy some Oric cells, and now here I am, Prestige 11, Steve, if I'm correct. I'm not sure.
oh yeah, when Stranger Things got taken out, then they renewed the license later, a couple years later. So
Yeah, and now
um,
I have the Prestige 11. I haven't leveled up Nancy yet. I don't really care about Nancy that much. Um
another cool IP that came into the game was Resident Evil. I'm like, okay, this
I
is cool.
love
And Silent
Resident
Hill.
Evil.
Yeah, I love
Ooh,
both games.
Silent Hills are one of my favorite ones. Executioner is a great killer. Cheryl Mason, great survivor as well.
I wish
But
I wish one of the maps would instead. I know they chose the school for a map, but it would have been cool if you were outside in the town and it's all fog and you're trying to find the gem. You just
yeah,
kind of
and
run
then if you
around.
go to a specific area, it will say like welcome to Silent Hill or something like that. I feel like
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
just with the fog effect, you can't like you know how the fog is in the remake. I like the remake Silent Hill too,
Yeah.
and that would have been cool. You just have to find the gen through the fog.
Yeah, Silent Hill as that would have been great, but Midwich is still a cool map. I
Oh
love
yeah, it
it.
is.
It's great for both sides. I think it's fun. It's
I have.
probably in my top 5 favorite maps, along with one of the Coldwind Farms. I'd have to say the game is kind of fun, not really. I love Oni's map.
I think.
FNAF is like maybe top 25 favorite maps.
I think the best part of the Saw map is the bathroom because it looks exactly like it was.
Yeah, the bathrooms are fun as well. Like, I love it how the Saw map, it has so many Easter eggs to all the
Yeah,
Saw
Dr.
films.
Gordon laying
Like,
on the floor there.
yeah. And then we also have like the other different rooms dedicated to different areas. We have that big like the kind of boiler room looking one. Oh, another thing. Freddy's map. That's like really the only good thing about his chapter.
Yeah,
That
the
we have
building
5
itself.
variations of it,
Yeah, yeah,
which is nuts.
yeah. I
But
just wish
yeah.
they just put more detail outside instead of looking like the movie theater map.
Yeah. I do
That's why.
love the boiler room though. They did great with that.
Oh yeah, the boiler room for sure.
Yeah. Hawkins map was kind of cool. Oh man, I was thinking of a map to talk about. I forgot which one it was.
Oh, I like. I also like the what the nightmare map Springwood. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it was called Bad Am Preschool. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was.
Preschool.
Yeah, and then there was 5 variations of it, which is a little bit too much in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah, because they didn't
Yeah.
really change it much that often.
Yeah, they just changed the placement of the school and
That's
the
all they
houses.
did.
That's all they did. Oh, RPD map I don't like at all gameplay wise. I think
I,
RPD is one of the best looking
yeah,
maps,
best
but
looking, but not play gameplay wise. No,
yeah, I think the gameplay on that is
I remember when it
wonky.
first came out before they changed it.
Yeah.
It was a big map when it first came out. The whole
Yeah, it was
thing.
a big map, and then they had to cut it down a little bit, make it a little bit more playable. So there's 2 variations of the map.
Yeah,
There's the when you enter through the main door of RPD, you can either get the left side is unlocked, right side blocked off, or right side unlocked, left side blocked off.
right.
Really, the only thing on the right side that's blocked off would be the little outside area in the right corner. But yeah, there's not really much changed about that one specifically, but
No,
it's so wonky. I hate the middle area as well. If you're ever trying to do a generator, you have to get the middle ones done, or else you're
you're
practically dead.
yeah.
There's nothing you
You
can
can't. You
do.
don't want to regen yourself.
Yeah, it's especially killer sided, in my opinion. Every single time I've done a killer game on it, I've won every single one of them, and every time I do a survivor one on it,
You lose.
25% of the time I'll get out.
Yeah, it all depends
Yeah.
on the teamwork you're doing.
Yeah, and it all
What you
depends
play.
on the killer itself if they know what they're doing. Like, if it's a killer that knows what they're doing, you can't do anything against it. The generator placements on that map are ridiculous.
Right.
Like, if you're doing a generator and you get the middle ones are the last ones you have to do, and the chief's office, those are like they're making an L basically, so there's not much you can do against that, which sucks.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a great map, but just
What do you
portrayed
think of the
terribly.
What do you think about the Western map? You know,
Ooh, Dead
like a
Dog.
dead
I
dog.
don't
Yeah,
mind Dead Dog at all. I think
I
it's
have
a chill map.
I have some of the best matches on there with Slash and Cast. So
Yeah, I'd have to say it's probably mediocre for me. Like it's decent for survivor and decent for killer in situations.
yeah,
Man, I remember I was doing a Michael Myers game on it. It was
what's Michael Myers
absolutely
doing on the Old
ridiculous.
West?
Yeah, Michael Old West Myers. He's wearing a cowboy hat, just going
Cowboy
around
hat.
slashing people. Oh, that would have been funny.
Instead of a knife, it's a sharp whatever.
Yeah. He has like this. He has a sheriff's gun, so he has to do a showdown with the Death Slinger. Oh, that would be funny.
And it'll be like the scene from Raiders where Harrison Ford just shoots him and Myers just shoots the gunslinger. One shot.
Yeah,
That's it. Walks off.
that would have been crazy.
And you just hear his breathing in each of the rooms of the gunslinger.
Oh man,
The dead
I
dog.
love Dead Dog. Even though I think the gameplay on it is okay, looks cool. On the Myers game that I was on, I loaded in. I have Lethal Pursuer, so I could see where all the survivors are in like the first 5 seconds of the match. I go over to them. I stalk them from a distance at the saloon while they're on the upstairs area where they execute people by hanging them.
Oh yeah.
They're all doing the generator over there, and I have infinite tier 3, so I stalked them the entire time, and all three of them were working on the generator. So my Evil Within 2 goes up a lot, and I managed to get to Prestige, or no, Evil Within 3 in matter of a minute. So then I walk up closer once I'm like a millibar away from it. I stalk the Lara, down her, go up, down the other two. Then the other guy is around hiding. Then I down her and I hook all of them, and then that's like the easiest 4K ever. It's so
Oh
funny.
yeah. Yeah. You could
Yeah.
have some funny moments.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Springtrap as well, I have great moments with him. I love his axe more than Huntress, believe it or not. Mainly because of the amount of unique shots you can go for with the fact that it's a kind
An
of
actual an axe.
projectile, kind of.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
big long axe.
Yeah, and it's not like
She's throwing hatchets at you.
yeah, and then it has bullet fall or whatever, where if you shoot it, it slowly goes up and then it falls down. That's what I love about Springtrap's axe. So I can throw it up and then it goes down. I remember I've done a lot of rock shots with that guy. I remember I think yesterday I was playing Springtrap. There's this guy on a generator. I put my axe up and throw it, and then it goes over the wall and hits him. I
You
love
know,
his axe.
you know what have been, you know what have been a funny surprise. Instead of once you finish the gen and the pizzeria, and the animatronics just play, and they just they just die after. You know what would have been funny though, just for a little play, people did the gen, and and then the animatronics just come live for a little bit, and they chase you out of the building. You're like, oh,
Oh, that would be so funny. That would be funny because they do come to life, so it's like kind of oh man.
you have
Wait,
to
I
cut.
just realized something. They don't have the security office in the map.
No,
Oh, I
that,
totally forgot about that.
yeah, that's the one part
Uh,
I didn't. Yeah, I just realized that too. They don't have that in there. That's
man,
the.
now I don't like it as much, but I still love the map. Now I don't like it
Yeah,
as much because we
it would just
don't
been
have.
funny. You think the animatronics would just play and they could die, right? But now automatically they just come alive. Oh my god! Get the hell out of here!
Yeah, or wait, no, the security room is on the map. It's in Springtrap's
Oh, that's
ability.
right.
Oh
That's
my
right.
god, I'm
Yeah.
so stupid.
I just realized what you. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, his
so
security.
realistically, it wouldn't even work out because you already have Springtrap's office as well. So there's really no point in adding it on the map. Oh,
But it
I
would have
feel
been
like it would
funny
be
though.
so cool though.
It would have been funny though that animatronics just come alive for a little bit and just chase you out
Yeah,
of the
and then
building.
maybe you have to like go to the security room and lock the door, and then they like
And
you
then
play
some.
Five Nights at Freddy's in it. That would be so cool.
And then you just and then they go away. And it's just
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a cool little mini game because there are some cool mini games in the.
Oh, come on, behavior. Add some more cool stuff that keeps
I
it.
know. The alien map they did good on though. If you walk over to like
Yeah.
the glass wall, I think on the right side of the ship, Face Hugger will jump at it and crack the window a little bit. And then
You know,
you go first.
oh, I was just gonna say, since they added the xenomorph, I'm surprised they haven't added Predator into the game. And
Yeah,
have
that's another thing. Arnold as the survivor, Jungle as the map with like the temple. And then you have Predator with multiple abilities similar to Lich where he has his laser ability where he shoots a projectile similar to Unknown that can go onto surfaces and deal a health state, but you have to use it multiple times to deal a health state to make him less overpowered. And then he has his jumping ability, so he can jump around and then he can smash onto the ground and deal a health state or something. And then he can go invisible as well, but this time it would be similar to Wraith. That would be kind of
Right.
cool. But this time, when he uncloaks, he has to stand still when he uncloaks. And then he doesn't get haste when he uses it, unlike Wraith. So it's still balanced, but still powerful.
Darn Rafe and his bell. I like to grab that bell, put it on his head, and just hit him with it.
Bing Bong
Ring it.
Boy. I would say
Bing
Bing Bong
bong.
Boy.
Bing bong.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
He's so funny. I remember I'll just be like doing a generator, and then I look behind me and I just see him in his menacing pose walking towards me and using his bell. And then I'll go behind a pallet and then throw it on him. And then he gets stunned. So then he has to use his bell again to uncloak. I love Wraith. He's so goofy.
One of my funny moments was with my friends Caleb McCarthy from the Darkfield podcast. I was on the opposite side. It's the old Cohen Farm maps, and Caleb McCarter were doing a gen, and and Carter said, "I need paint cans so I could throw it on him, so I could see where he is." And then Rafe comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Okay, what the heck?" And Caleb's like, "What are you complaining about? I'm the one that got hit first." And his camera angle was broke. He couldn't even move, and his camera, and so he made a video called "Dead by Camera Angle." Somehow it just went weird. But it's one of the funniest Wraith moments.
Oh, that's funny. I love Wraith. He's so funny. I've had a lot of funny moments lately. Yesterday I was playing against a Springtrap, and all of us got downed in the end. He downed us on purpose. He was a nice killer. And then he put us all on death hook first, so then we could all die and stuff. So at the exit gate were open. You know what a slug race is, right?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah. But this time it was red light, green light. So we were at the end. Springtrap was at the end, like the doll from Squid Game, and then he would like look around, and if you moved, he would grab you and put you at the finish line, and then the last one to make it out he would kill. So I was the last one to make it out because I didn't realize there was a red light, green light at first. But that was so funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Another funny moment with Rafe. It was on RPD, and he was chasing me, and this was Caleb McCart again. One of them grabbed the other guy off the hook to get him off the hook, but their internet died, so both of them died, and they both got kicked out of the game for some reason. When the Wraith was chasing me, he stopped and turned around like, "What the heck?" So he felt sorry for me and just let me go because the other two, because he seen the guy get taken off the hook, right? And then they all went out. He's turned around like, "What the hell?"
Man, that's so funny. I love that.
It's just funny moments in DBD.
Yeah, I remember I was playing a long time ago. It was like 1 or 2 years ago. I think I was going up against Michael Myers, and I looped him for 4 whole generators. And then when he downed me finally, he picked me up, and then my teammate blinded him with the flashlight. He picked me down, and then he disconnected from the game because I chased him out for 4 whole generators. Then when he actually downed me, he got flashlighted.
He chased me for 4 hours.
Yeah, and then the only time he gets me, he gets flashlighted, he gets blinded, so then he has to put me down. I understand it. I main both killer and survivor pretty equally.
There's this one funny moment though where this Leatherface, there was 4 of us, and Leatherface only went after one person. He downed them and hooked them. After he got his kill, he was like, "That was it," and then he went and hid in the basement for the rest of the game. He got his kill.
Oh my god!
It was so
it's
dumb.
Basement Bubba.
And he just stayed in there and just never moved. He's like, "I got my 1 kill. I'm good."
Man, I get that. Sometimes you just want 1 kill, and then you're just done for the rest of the game.
It's just funny from the perspective Leatherface gets a kill and just leaves.
Yeah, that's so funny. Leatherface is so goofy. Bubba's a fun killer to go against. Yeah, he can be overpowered at times, but he's like the most meme killer in the game because of Basement Bubba. I love Basement Bubba. He's one of my favorite killers to go against because he's so toxic. He just camps in basement. Then he just stares at the survivor with Insidious.
or
So
or
after standing still for a second, he gains undetectable.
or the trapper just traps the whole shack.
Oh, that's so annoying. I've gone up against that a lot. I remember I was in a chase with a trapper, and then I started looping him around shack. And then I went through a window, like inside a shack, going outside a shack through the window. Then I got trapped. I hate it. Trapper is
or
good once you can actually get
or
your
that
traps in.
or that darn clown that just throws his stuff at you.
Oh my god, that's one of my least favorites to go up
I
against.
don't like the clown. He just throws that
Yeah,
stupid thing at
I
you.
love his perks, but that's the only reason why I bought him, just for the perks.
Then you hear her do his laugh. Ugh,
Ah, I
Brilliant.
like Kate Denson though. She's a good survivor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the map was kind of bad. They just took a map with the Father Campbell's chapel, put partial areas for the clown, and then that's it. That's really all they did. Similar to the new Walking Dead map, we have literally one small area on the map for the hospital, and that's it. We don't get anything
They could
else.
have did a lot better with that Walking Dead
Yeah,
map.
I mean,
You need-
I'm thankful they didn't even say we were giving us a map, so
Yeah, and thank goodness we are. It's just that,
yeah.
they could have
It's
still
just
did something.
they seemed pretty lazy. I don't blame
Well,
them though, because they
yeah.
have a lot on the roadmap this year.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Springtrap, obviously,
And
Walking
more
Dead now.
licenses, apparently.
Yeah.
So
And then we have two more chapters coming out this year. In November we're getting a license one. And then we're also getting another original one, which a lot
oh
of
yeah.
people are saying it's going to be like The Last of Us. I think it should be Stranger Things to end off the final season. Vecna as the killer, Will and Eleven as survivors. That would work well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he can like send demogorgons or like demo
Demogorgon.
bats. He can send demo bats out at you and attack you with them. That would be
Right.
cool. And then he could like enter his dream state or whatever. And then he could maybe possess survivors, which I think would be cool.
For
And
sure.
if you don't find a way to wake yourself up in time, then he will crack one of your bones and then you lose a health state, which I think would be kind of cool.
For sure.
like like it's a unique ability, like shapeshifting, obviously what I said earlier with this blade type of killer that uses his like a futuristic power glove similar to Freddy, and then he can turn into a survivor and go around. There's so many possibilities with abilities, but they've stuck around with map control abilities and projectiles like Unknown, Springtrap, um Xenomorph, kind of, because Unknown, Springtrap, and Xeno, they all have something that they can go through to get somewhere around the map. And then they
Right.
have a projectile-like weapon, Springtrap, Fire Axe, Unknown, RTX or EBX, I forgot what it was called, but it's that weird stomach hatch ability. And then Xenomorph has this tail that he can use. It's all literally the same thing, just a little bit different from each other, but yeah.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, like I said, DVD is still, there's still a lot of stuff coming for it, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting to
we're
watch.
only 9 years in. Only 9 years. That's a while now that I think about it, but there's still so much to come for Dead
Well,
by Daylight.
like I said, DVD didn't start off good as the consoles,
Yeah,
but
they
beha-
had
but
like
but
minimal
but
popularity.
be, but behavior, did not give up on it and still worked on it until it got to where it is now. So
Yeah, first off, they started with Halloween, and then they did Left for Dead with
Left 4 Dead, yeah,
yeah, with William Overbeck. And then they did I forgot which one was next. I think it was Saw. And then Ghostface, and then Stranger Things,
yeah.
Silent
There's
Hill,
there's
all
a
of that.
video on it where they talk about what order they did it in. So
Yeah. I know a lot of people even forget that Left 4 Dead is a collab in the game. A lot of people forget about that,
Well,
surprisingly.
it's been just it's people have forgot because it's been overfought over the other stuff that's came in. So
Yeah. Like, even me, when I didn't know until like maybe a few months ago that Left 4 Dead was William Bill Overbeck. I did not know that until like a while back.
yeah, oh
So
yeah,
it's like, because also like I'm not really into playing zombie games that much. Like, I'll
right.
play some zombie games like The Last of Us, obviously, or World War Z, which is kind of fun.
Or
Dying
Resident
Light.
Evil
I
for
played
me.
a little
Yeah,
bit of Dying Light, not too much. But
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
I can't believe we went on for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
yeah, it's been a while. I think we should probably start heading off now. But yeah.
But it's been
Now
a
I just
blast,
wanted,
man.
yeah. And if you want me on anytime like this week, just
Oh
contact
yeah,
me. Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm still. I'll let you know what day I'll have you on. Because I know I'm bringing you on for our top 10 2020s horror. So
Yeah, and I
horror
already
movies.
made up that list, mostly horror movies, but I've just watched too many horror movies. That's just me.
Yeah, I did top 50 moments. Now we're gonna do our top 10 horror movies of 2020. So that'll be a blast having you on discussing that.
Yeah,
So,
I have some action movies on there, but mostly horror. But yeah, I know next week I won't be available specifically this Sunday to next Sunday because I'm with my dad. So I won't
we'll
have
do.
like my microphone and stuff. I won't have any of that there. I won't have
We'll
the
we'll
collection behind me.
we'll figure out a different day after once you're back. That
All
will.
right. Yeah, works perfect. I know August 1st to the 3rd, I'm going over to Victoria to the island for
Oh yeah.
like 3 days. We're just going to hang out over there. So I have a little bit of a busy schedule. And then I'm free from that because when I'm actually at my dad's, that's when I'm going to the Ice Nine Kills concert. So
Oh
that I
nice.
won't be free for that week. So yeah.
We'll do it
Yeah,
sometime
thank
after
you
the
for
fact then
hopping
for sure.
on. And
Yeah,
I
thank you.
will. Yeah, it was a blast. I did not know we've been on for 2 hours and 10
It didn't feel
minutes.
like that, but we're just having a fun time discussing.
Yeah, now it's already 4:41 p.m. for me, and we started at 2:30.
Yeah, and it was
Wow.
3:30 for me because I'm an hour ahead of you.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it was worth it, and it's fun. That's the point of podcast. That's what we do. And we have
Yeah.
6 people watching. We've had them watching for at least like an hour now, which is surprising. Which means
Awesome.
this one is one of the most successful because most of them, I think I had like maybe 1 or 2 viewers every single one of them. This time we
Uh,
had 6 people watching. So for all those 6 people, thank you all for hopping on, and I hope you all enjoyed this episode.
yeah, you
I
guys
had
all
a
have a
lot of
good day.
fun.
Same here.
Yeah. Yeah. All of you guys have a good day. Flet, chat, thank you all for hopping on, and I hope all of you have a fantastic day.
Good night,
And I
everybody.
will see you all later. All right. See ya.